Believe the term goes, we are live tonight. Hello everyone, I hope you're excited, or at least slightly worried, because we're playing the Fruit of Grisaia and we're getting the sad music because Makina route and stuff going down. So yes, we is to live. So I've been listening to sad music for the last like 40 minutes as I was preparing for the live stream and stuff, and makes me sad and worried at the same time. I'm like, uh-oh, what's gonna happen in this live stream? Nobody knows. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody knows, but it's not me. I mean, like, maybe it's gonna be the end. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll have another 4 hours to go. We'll see. We'll get as far as possible, as per normal. So I hope everyone's looking forward to that. What happened last time, Shade? So we met Makina's mother, and then the bakery got burned down. So yeah, not the best thing. So yeah, that's what happened, and here we are. Here we are today with now sad music, with some as we wait for the start of the live stream and let people filter in. We're going, what? The mocking route actually has like things that happen in it? Unfortunately, a few too many things that happened in it. Man, getting your bakery burned down sucks. I feel sorry for the owners and stuff too. But it should be a good live stream. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just be very depressed all throughout the entire. And more bad things happened. And even more bad things happened. But wait, more bad things. Hopefully not only bad things. Tins. Oh, just I wait. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Ecstatic, excited, on the edge of my seat. Ready. Well, I might not be ready, but I'm ready. Ready for this live stream. Hope you guys are too. Oh man. Believe the old saying goes, it is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Night Livestream hosted by yours truly, animefanrk2k. We are playing more of the Fruit of Grisaia. Last time we met Makina's mother, and she played us and got a bakery burned down, and here we are. So let's go right into that. See where this takes us, right? Normally, Makina's so clingy it's outright irritating, but every once in a while she'll suddenly disappear on you. Wait, what? This isn't a phantom trigger? No. This is the Fruit of Grisaia. For example, when she gets all stubborn over some small thing and ends up getting in a fight. Maybe cranky mornings after nights full of bad dreams. When she doesn't want to let anyone see her face, Makina will quietly vanish. But it's not as though the girl melts away into thin air. She always leaves her clues behind. When a woman says, "Don't look for me," it means come find me right now. I think it was my big sister who taught me that, when I was still very young. This discarded sock caught unnaturally in Makina's door is probably her silent, "Don't look for me." Makina, you in there? Entering Makina's room for the first time, I find it dim and gloomy. I flick the switch on the wall next to the door, but the lights don't come on. A dark, empty room. There's nothing in the way of furniture, none of the daily necessities of life. The girl carried everything she uses regularly into Amina's room, leaving nothing behind here, as if prepared to disappear at any moment. Almost like a cat making its own lonely grave. Makina's nearly empty room is lit only by moonlight trickling in through the window. My eyes adjust to find her curled up tightly on the floor. My heart gives a little jump of surprise. Hey, how's it going, Top Speed? Welcome. Welcome. Feels almost like I'm looking at myself in the old days, as though the unpleasant memories I've tried to lock away have forced their way into reality. Makina. I kneel by her side and gently reach out to Makina's cheek, still damp from before she cried herself to sleep. It's warmer to the touch than I expected. When I rest a hand on her small fist, the girl reflexively seizes hold of my fingers and squeezes them tightly, just like an overgrown infant. You came at the most important scene? Yes, you did. You see sad Makina lying on the ground. She can't ask anyone for help. She knows her friends will do everything they can if she does. But even so, she can't ask. Anyone she turns to for help will suffer for it, because the girl understands that her lips are sealed. She doesn't want to cause trouble for the people she cares for. It'd be too painful to have them grow resentful or exasperated with her weakness. So instead, she curls up in a dark place where no one can see her and wishes she was dead. She dreams of fading away quietly without bothering anyone. When you're warped this badly, an uncertain hand tentatively outstretched can bring nothing but pain. Still, can't help but reach out to touch her. Even knowing my hypocrisy will hurt Makina, I can't do anything else. In the old days, when I'd stopped caring about anything, my master simply turned back, reached out a hand and said, "Grab hold." Today I can only do the same. Miss Earl Day? No, I celebrate my own way. After that, it all comes down to whether she can find the willpower to take it. Honestly, I'm disgusted with myself. Hate that I don't have any other answers. I want to do something for her. Those feelings turn around fruitlessly in my head, producing nothing but frustration. Before I even know what I'm doing, I take Makina's chin in my hand and kiss her pink and slightly parted lips. Because sexual assault is the perfect thing to do to a vulnerable girl. What? Yuji? Girl's mouth smells like sugary bubblegum. Touched these lips several times before. Today they're disturbingly cold. Something ephemeral about the experience. Almost feels like she'll die unless I warm them up.
Papa.
And we're up to a strong start. I can already hear the FBI banging at my door. It's gonna be a good time, guys. What? Did I wake you up? You don't say.
Papa からキスしてくれたの初めてよね。
Celebrate by throwing a ball at your head for Cernal Day, King? I mean, that's fair. I took a personal siesta for Cernal Day? Absolutely. He called that, you know, I just sat around like an idiot. Except if you read my Twitter, you know that for a fact I actually, like, did video editing. I went outside and stuff, so. Is it?
キスはしてくれるのに どうしてそこから先は何もしてくれないの?
Because this is a Steam release. Because I'm your father. I'm not going to do anything you don't want me to.
いいのよ。パパなら嫌じゃないのよ。
It's not how fathers work, Makina! All of a sudden, the somber atmosphere seems to transform completely. Makina's not exactly a girl you associate with the word seductive. Well, yeah, I would never do that. Her childish innocence practically defines her. Right now, she's got a surprisingly dirty twinkle in her eye. Makina says lewd the lolly she wants it. Uh-oh. No matter how youthful the girl may look, it seems she's at least managed to pick up the slyness of an adult woman. What's this, all of a sudden? Did your mother say something? Don't lewd, I agree.
別に何も。
I see. Makina doesn't elaborate. Her voice is tinged with resignation, as though she's decided that talking won't do any good. Sounds unpleasantly cold to my ears.
パパは私のためにいろいろしてくれてるのに、私はパパに何もしてあげられない。だから好きなことしていいんだよ。
Oh crap, she was still talking. Look, Makina. Heave a brief sigh, scratching at my head in amusement. I wanted to cut her off sooner rather than later. It's like women want that sort of emotional connection and comfort level. Men need their reasons and excuses to sleep with someone.
女を抱くのに理由が必要なの?
Yeah. It's easy enough to take advantage of overwrought women, but it's sort of a matter of pride.
私が抱いてほしいっていうのは理由にならない?
If you sleep with a man just to distract yourself, you end up regretting it.
後悔なんてしないし、もししたとしてもバカだな、だから言ったのにって笑えばいいのよさ。
It's not how this works, Makina. As she speaks, Makina puts her hands on the wooden floor and lurches unsteadily up off the ground. Hey! Flexibly reach out a hand to support the girl as she wobbles precariously. She wards it off with a little slap.
一人で立てるよ。子供じゃないし。
You're Yuji's child. Isn't being pointlessly stubborn over things like that more than a little childish?
子供じゃないもん。
Uh-oh, do you have to get the sensor ready? The look here, please. Safety by adult Neptune. Makina makes it to her feet, unsteady as a newborn fall, and leans back against the window with a thump. Dunk! Like that. Then reaches her small, stubby hands to her collarbone, seizing the ribbon of her school uniform. Am I gonna have to censor it here? Like, do I really need this for the Makina route? Okay, it's safe still, guys.
子供じゃないんだよ。
And she's a child. No! Sorry, guys. This is the Makina route. What were we expecting? Sooner or later, bad things were gonna happen. Bakeries, lollies, everything. Ah! You forgot TBH? Oh, well. Yeah, you are. I see. I'm having a hard time following the logic here. First word that comes to my mind is underdeveloped. The band and bust have grown differently, producing the so-called triangular shape. To be blunt, she's got small breasts. If I were to yell, "You're not making a convincing case here, kid," deliver a karate chop to the dome of her head, this runaway train will probably come crashing to a halt. And you should do that! But you've got to give the girl credit for her effort and courage, right? Taking the spectacle, I nod my head in approval of nothing in particular.
ねえ、パパ。私を抱いてよ。
Bad things now. Say what? This little punk. Always known she was cheeky, but now she's actually trying to seduce me? Yuji, don't do it!
それとも、私みたいな女は嫌？抱きたくない？何してもいいんだよ。
God damn it, what are you, Amane, Makina? I was wondering where this was coming from. Sounds like she might have gotten a few ideas from Amane? Sounds like an Amane line, right? Yeah. Well, no, she didn't pass the buck. The one who made her say all this. You really ready for this? No! 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 Ah! I'm gonna put this on just in case. We're off to a strong start, guys. I pull her close. I feel Makina's warmth settle in my arms. For the last few days, it's already a familiar sensation. Holding the girl like this inspires both guilt at having finally made her mine and new, surprisingly powerful awareness of her as a woman. By the way, there's no pictures, guys, if you're wondering. It's all just black. No sounds or anything. Not a brave enough boy for this. Her shoulders are slender, her head small against my chest. Not exactly voluptuous, and she doesn't make much of a pillow. But I can feel my determination to keep this soft little creature safe growing even more absolute. By sleeping with it? Well, Alright, well, we're in the next morning, guys. And hopefully it's safe. I am ready to pull the trigger. Anyway, there are 2 times when a woman will start making particularly unreasonable demands. First is when she wants to confirm that a man loves her. Second is when she decides to leave the man. Pretty sure what happened last night with Makina falls into the latter category. So when I wake up to find she's no longer lying at my side, not particularly flustered or even surprised. I see, she left, huh? If anything, resigned might be a better word. Most likely, Makina has decided not to trouble anyone, to go off and fight all alone. Talked pretty damn big about becoming her father, but in the end, I guess I couldn't do much of anything for the girl. Even so, maybe my presence in her life helped Makina find the courage to stand up on her own like this. That pathetic, self-serving theory is my only comfort right now. Makina. I mumble her name, there's a sharp twinge of loneliness in my chest. Thought of never feeling that small body settle onto my lap again makes me sigh out loud. Pull the phantom trigger? Probably not yet. She's made up her mind to go. There's nothing I can do. She's decided to confront them all on her own. It's not my place to interfere. But did you really have to vanish without saying a word, Makina? I'm not going to start complaining about something you decided on your own. I'm not thoughtless enough to try tagging along on a road you want to walk alone. Well, I mean, not that I wanted you to imitate a certain shaggy-headed German woman and write bye-bye on the window in lipstick or anything. Huh. Swear to God, if that brat starts blabbing about this, right? Seem to remember that making me less sentimental, more irritated. But still, would it have killed you to say I'm going now to my back as I pretend to sleep or something? Shame the girl vanished before I could teach her that sort of romantic etiquette. The only thing Makina has left behind in this room is a faint trace of her sweet body odor lingering in the air. It means you're washing the sheets! Looking more closely, there's actually a few pieces of junk the girl seems to have carried in here at some point. Hadn't even noticed. When leaving a man's room, a woman's supposed to carefully gather up all her personal belongings and toss a single earring under the bed. I guess nobody explained that to her either. But I guess it's going to be a while before I can teach her anything again. Except not. My maudlin thoughts are interrupted by a shout from the lobby outside. I look up reflexively. This idiotic voice, completely wiping out the motivation of all who hear it. What the fuck? The hell is happening? Sure enough, a certain individual is rudely thumping away at a giant lump of wheat flour, keeping up a constant stream of abuse in the pidgin Japanese of a foreign hostess. Even in this dormitory, there aren't many people who keep up this sort of bizarre behavior first thing in the morning. Makina, why? Why are you still here? Weren't you going off to have a showdown with your mother, or, you know, confront your destiny, or whatever? Damn bread! This girl vigorously assaults the flower while bathing it in abuse. Call out to her small back. Hey, Makina. What? About face! Don't honk at me, kid! What are you snarling about? What? Suddenly Yuji's the president? Since when was I president of anything? What are you doing out here? What? What the hell are you calling Ojo-chan?
見ての通り小麦粉を練っているのよさ。外国人ホステスプレーで。
What? Calling something roleplay doesn't automatically make it kosher, kid. Most likely, she picked up that way of speaking from the hostesses that do their shopping down by the station, but the job at the bakery really seems to have expanded her sphere of relationships in some slightly weird directions.
ねえ、パン食べるでしょ。待っててね、すぐ焼くから。
Well, clearly, what is this girl? This is Makina. This is what she's normally like all the time. Cheerfully adding, and by a sec, I mean it's gonna take an hour. Makina turns it back to me. Then she begins roughly chopping up the thoroughly degassed dough, rolling it into balls. Tell me something, Makina.
何さ。
Last night, you talked with your mother over the telephone, right?
そうね。
Are you not going to tell me the result?
別に秘密にしてるわけじゃないのよ。帰りたくないなら帰ってこないでいいって、ただそんだけのことなのよさ。
You don't have to go back? Is that really what she told you?
私のことはもう諦めたんじゃないかな。ほら、人の噂も四十九日って言うし、もうどうでもいいって思ってるのよさ、きっと。
Okay, for one thing, the saying is 75 days.
そうだっけ？
Is this the time to be cackling like an idiot? Does she really think the problem's been resolved? We can keep up this peaceful life? The idea is ridiculous. The situation was simple enough to settle with a quick chat over the phone. Things never would have gotten this bad in the first place. I love for this calm daily life to go on forever. But unfortunately, I've got a very strong premonition things are only going to get worse. God damn, it's gonna get worse? For whatever reason, my instincts are regrettably reliable when it comes to things like this. The phone vibrating in my chest pocket is my work cell. When I slowly retrieve it and calmly check the screen, a small LED indicates I have a new email. Fighting down the urge to click my tongue in frustration, I take a look at the subject line. From CO to 9029. An official communication to agent number 929 from his case officer. In other words, a direct order from JB to me. And as for the contents of the message itself, present yourself at the main office, 1400 hours. It's two extremely blunt sentences conveying nothing but the when and where. Check the watch on my left arm. The current time is 12:12. Give a single heavy sigh, and snap my cell phone shut and get to my feet.
はあ、ユージ、ちょうどよかった。今呼びに行こうとしてたところなのよ。
It's work time. What's up? Need something?
何ってお昼ご飯だよ。
Oh, lunch. Huh.
何？どっか出かけるの？
Yeah, the boss over my part-time job wants me to stop by the main office.
じゃあ、あんたお昼どうするの？
I'll just grab something from a convenience store or fast food place on the way.
5分ぐらい待ってる時間ない？
I double-check my watch. Well, 5 minutes or so wouldn't be a problem.
じゃあ待ってて、お弁当用意してあげる。
Is the target like gonna be somebody in the Irisu family? That's not really.
すぐだからね。
Hey. Well, that woman being pushy isn't anything new. No use fighting it this late in the game. Might as well just wait obediently and save myself trouble later. 5 minutes later, Amina is not the one who shows up.
パパ、お仕事行くの？
Yeah, they called me in for a bit. Shouldn't take long though.
どうして呼び出されたの？なんか悪いことしたの？
Hopefully not. Well, nothing really comes to mind. This happens all the time though. Nothing to get worried about.
本当に？私に内緒でなんか危ないこととかしちゃ嫌よ。
It's fine. Says nothing to worry about, right? Of course, you know, people who say that are literally people who you have to worry about. That said, I was lying when I said nothing comes to mind. They probably got something to say about that little shooting incident at the Mishima Cape police station.
じゃあ頑張って働いてくるのよ。これお弁当。
She's coming. Who, JB? Apparently satisfied for the moment, the girl rustles around and pulls out a paper sack that hands it to me. Thanks. What's inside?
MQI4 新開発の芳醇メロンパンの 4型なのよさ。
Super saturated.
高圧浸潤メロンパン。パンの小生時に加圧した水蒸気で生地の中に水分を閉じ込めた新製法なの。外はサクサク、中はしっとりもちもちなメロンパンなのよ。
These things are pretty damn heavy.
通常のメロンパンと違って比重が約 1.25 あるのよさ。業界初、水に沈むメロンパンなのよ。
That's actually impressive.
引っ張り強度が通常比で 2.7 倍。噛み応えもバッチリなのよさ。
That's some impressive bread statistics. Not sure if I really understand the details, but sounds like quite the culinary experience.
食感はエアインのお餅みたいな感じだから喉に詰まらせないようによく噛んで食べるのよ。
Fair. Understood. Alright, I'll be on my way.
気をつけてね。
Yeah. Well, hopefully I managed to convince her this isn't a big deal, but honestly, it's always a little depressing to get a summons like this. Since JB's actually called me in the office, instead of communicating through email or telephone, this is probably going to be a fairly serious discussion. As a general rule, when an older woman gets an earnest look on her face and says we need to talk, nothing good's going to come of it. The message from JB just specified the main office as our meeting place. Of course, she didn't mean the actual headquarters of our organization in America, but the Japanese HQ that's borrowing some space a little more locally. Getting to the building in question involves catching a civilian railway company train from Mishima Cape, transferring to the Japan Railways in Shinagawa, then taking the subway from Yurakucho in Tokyo. Wow, that's a distance. Arriving at the station platform with some time to spare, settled down on a bench and opened the paper sack I received from Makina. Inside, as promised, are a number of bright yellow pastries. They're typically melon buns by appearance. When I pick one up, it really is bizarrely heavy for its size. Whoa. It was so heavy I couldn't even say it right. Taking the bun in both hands, I open my mouth wide and take a big bite. It's almost like crunching into a cookie and a bagel at once. Certainly a novel melon bun experience. The girl might be onto something. After completing my quick and sugary lunch, I endured the unpleasant train ride into the city, passing the time speculating about the reason I've been summoned. I've been called to headquarters plenty of times before. The first was on the day I returned to Japan. As an employee newly transferred from the United States, I offered a formal greeting to the chief of my new branch office, and filled out the paperwork to enroll in a training school where I learned how things were done in Japan. The second summons to HQ came after I completed my basic studies, to arrange my transfer to a more advanced school for the second half of my training. The third summons came when, unable to endure the starvation rations at the advanced training school, a few classmates and I cooked and ate some carp from the pond on campus. My fourth summons came when they wanted my expertise as SPP, Specialized Proficiency Personnel, testing out some newly developed equipment. And after finishing my second round of training and being deployed into the field, I was called in several times a year to be given some special jobs that weren't recorded in the Japanese office's books. In other words, when I am called into HQ, they're either angry with me, or they have an annoying job to foist off on me. He's usually working for the loli lulelo. He's working for somebody. Either way, it's nothing to look forward to. After arriving at my stop on the 4 line, I climb up out of the subway, cross a bridge lined with cherry blossom trees, and take the fork at the police station towards Yasukuni Street. Within 5 minutes, our front gate comes into view. There's a guard in a smart blue uniform standing at the main entrance. Despite appearances, he's just a rent-a-cop from a private security firm. For what it's worth, there's a security station just inside staffed by actual company employees. The tools hanging from their shoulders don't have any filling stuffed inside. Always makes me wonder why they feel the need to bother lugging those heavy things around in the first place. Maybe it's a religious thing? In any case, most of the defense systems actually protecting headquarters are outsourced to a variety of civilian security companies. Guards standing around the lobby are mostly for show, I expect. So I guess like if Yuji really wanted to, he could probably break into his own HQ and get killed by like actual employees. Nestled in the corner of a structure with the romantic name of C Building is the office of my beloved superior, Haradera Yuria, section chief in the second division. Not exactly a spacious room, but since JB transferred in as foreign capital, was a hard-won prize. This office is a symbol of her successful struggle for promotion from acting section chief to a formal command. A certain group of boorish individuals have been known to mock this room as a kennel, in reference to the work that goes on in here, but you need a pretty black sense of humor to laugh at that particular joke. Number 9029, reporting in. If you guys are scared, you can hold each other in a chat. I'm going at it alone. Even as I offered a standard greeting, my eyes briefly find the room's built-in security camera and confirm that it's currently active. This characteristic bit of shrewdness on my part, maybe cowardice is a better word. Jimmy gives a disdainful little snort and looks up at her clock. Please excuse me. I'd appreciate that, thank you. Even though I'm talking to GB, this is the company's main office, and I'm addressing my superior. Can't exactly give her the usual routine. I've always found that a little awkward, honestly. Probably one of the reasons I harbor a mild dislike for this room. She picks up the telephone on her desk, combs up a straight lock of shaggy blonde hair, and presses the receiver to her left ear.
Kiara, coffeeを2つお願い。そう、私の分はデカフェで。
Forgot JB's hot? What? You sure about that? She's fire, but not in that way. Even got yourself a secretary now, eh? Cheeky girl.
何か言った?
No, nothing at all. Perhaps you're hearing things, ma'am.
もう、なんか気持ち悪いわね。あなたの敬語を聞いてると、逆にバカにされてるみたいでムズムズする。もういいわよ。普通に喋りなさい。
That certainly works for me.
失礼します。
Whoa! Who is this person that clearly looks like she's gonna get, like, prominently featured at some later point and not now? A few crisp words. A woman in a white uniform, who's presumably JB's personal assistant, enters the room. At a glance, she's maybe 24 years old, a good bit younger than JB. Her hair is an unusual silvery shade of gray, neatly trimmed, her skin's dark, and her pink painted lips are fairly thick. Good bit of African ancestry, but judging from the big bluish eyes behind her glasses, she's probably mixed race. Couldn't guess her nationality just to look at her. Guess you could call that a fairly representative trait for those in this particular posting. Yeah. JB's probably stacked.
どうぞ。
The personal assistant places a coffee cup on the table in front of me, her face blank and uninviting.
あなたが内容というない?
Yeah, I've been working under that designation for the last few years.
よろしければ握手を。
The woman holds out her hand with a smile you'd almost think she learned from a textbook. Her eyes hold more than a bit of skepticism. The number 9029 has a special significance within the organization. Understandable enough to feel a little dubious about the legendary agent in question being a brat like me.
内容というないは何人もいるって言うけど本当？あなたは何人目？ キアラ、ご苦労様。退出して結構。それと、よかったら後で一緒に写真を。キアラ、退出しなさい。はーい。じゃあ、また後でね。
She might be the... Did she just click at the end? The woman named Kiara winks a single eye shut behind her glasses and gives her lips a little smack as she leaves the office. Oh, okay. I hadn't been particularly conscious of it before. A certain characteristic of the woman catches my eye as she saunters out the door. My honest thoughts escape my mouth. Secretary's got a pretty big ass.
何その感想？どういう皮肉？
Not particularly. Just a straightforward expression of my observations.
あなた、それセクハラよ。
Usually immediate sexual harassment. Well, it's already too late, JB. Superior using the word sexual harassment as a weapon to intimidate men is power harassment, my friend.
口の減らない子ね。
Think, back in the day, a certain blonde used to complain about me not even answering when spoken to. Guess people really can change. Ignoring JB's incensed glare with a composure born of long experience, take the paper coffee cup by its cardboard sleeve and bring it to my mouth. Pretty good. Common joke that an officer's field orderly learns more about making coffee than anything else. It seems there might be a bit of truth to it.
だいたいどうして学生服のまま来るのよ。 服ならいくらでも買ってあげているでしょ。
This is official uniform. Too much of a pain to get changed, that's all. Just polite fiction, of course. I'm not quite that lazy. But honestly speaking, even if they bought me some, is that Gusachi supposed to be like like a combination of Gusachi or Versace? Oh, it's a parody of Versace. Yeah. There's no way I'd be able to pull the look off. For one thing, JB, last time they forced me into a suit to get an updated photo for our internal records, I seem to remember you shouting, "Looks like someone's got a big date for the middle school prom." Oh! You didn't call me here to criticize my fashion sense, right? Can we get to the point?
言われなくても分かってるわよ。
So that Rando gets the CG, but not the girl who gave Mitra an organ transplant? Absolutely, that's how it works. And I bet Kiara probably has some role later on, or in a different game maybe. JB stalks over to the corner of her room, still sporting a sulky frown, where a hefty little safe sits on the ground. And squatting down in a way that affords me fleeting glimpses of her thighs through the hem of her skirt, she begins to spin the dial installed on the front of it.
こっち見ないのよ。
Not to worry, if I feel the need for a little eye candy, just take another look at that secretary's rear end before I head home.
そうじゃなくて、ダイヤルを覚えちゃダメよって言ってるの。
Too late. Not to worry, I'm not so starved for female company as to get turned on by a hunk of metal.
だからそうじゃなくて。もう。
Right, just a joke.
あなたの冗談を聞いていると生理が止まりそうだわ。
Oh man. We'll save big on rubbers.
いいから。はい、これを見てもふざけていられる？
Huh? The envelope she thrusts violently before my eyes bears a red stamp reading "Fax/copying strictly prohibited." When I open it, I find an official order document identified by a serial number. The paper is specially coded. Standard fax or copy machine won't even pick up the characters. Top of which, after a certain period of time, the words will fade away to ineligibility all on their own. In other words, I can tell without even glancing at the details that this is an extra-departmental order. Perfectly official, but completely off our books. Sort of thing that absolutely can't come to light. Again, huh? This isn't the first time I've gotten orders like these. I've had several of these envelopes handed to me. Without fail, the contents have always been assassination missions. High-ranking drug cartel bosses, corrupt politicians with dangerous political leanings. There's quite a difference in terms of social position and status, but individuals or groups determined by the collective will of the nation to pose a significant disadvantage to its interests are quietly, secretly removed from the stage. The nail that stands out gets pounded down, as they say. In assassination of that sort, sniping is a fairly common method. Typically, several shooters are assigned the same task. As with a firing squad, it's an attempt at easing the conscience by making it impossible to know who fired the killing shot. But even so, murder is murder. Hey JB, I can't kill people anymore. You know that, right?
もちろん知っているわ。それが原因で、あなたが予備役になったことも理解しています。
Participated in several assassinations of this sort previously, but I'm fundamentally a coward. When it comes to taking human lives, I'll hesitate just as much as a normal person. No matter what kind of evil, worthless scum I'm looking at through my scope, my finger freezes up for a moment when I tried to pull the trigger. That's a fatal defect for a sniper. Even so, when my master was alive, I managed to kill without thinking too much. When I told myself I was pulling the trigger in Asuko's place, when I told myself that even a piece of garbage like me could be useful to Asuko this way, I could fire without worrying about a thing. And when the job was over and went home, Asuko was there to embrace me and say, "Well done." She was there to confirm that I had done the right thing. Asuko's gone. The person who bore the curses of the dead in my place is gone now. She can't be replaced. Unless the words come from someone who stained their hands with blood, they can't offer me the slightest comfort. JB, I'm sorry, but you're not good enough. You know that perfectly well yourself, don't you? Sniper who can't pull the trigger is right up there with a radio that can't make a sound in the irritating, useless junk department. It's a good part of the reason I ended up on the reserve in the first place. Oh, so he actually hasn't killed since Asuko passed away. Oh. Why would you even bother showing me this now?
分かっていると言ったでしょ。落ち着いて暗殺対象者の名前を見てみなさい。
What? Target. Irisu Makina. Hey, what is this?
見ての通り、あなたと同じ学園に通うクラスメート、イリス・マキナが今回の標的よ。
Oh no. Can't be serious. The hell's going on?
理由は詮索しない。それもあなたの仕事の一部よ。
Why would Makina be? Who's the client?
私は知らないし、あなたも知る必要もないわ。所詮私も中間管理職。上からの命令をコマであるあなたたちに伝えるだけ。そしてあなたはその命令に従うだけ。違う？
She's not wrong. That's exactly how it is. JB brought me this job knowing full well that I can't kill, knowing about my relationship with Makina. At this rate, the girl's definitely going to be erased one way or another. Is JB telling me I should be the one to do it? That Makina has to die? Dispatching her personally would be the kindest way? Or maybe this whole summons is nothing but a facade, and JB's sole objective was to tip me off to the threat to Makina's life in the form of an order. Whatever the case, I can't keep my shock from showing on my face. Why is this happening? Resisting the urge to grind my teeth, I lower my gaze to the document in my hand. The field where the issuer of the order would usually be named is blanked, but nonetheless there are 3 stamps of authorization below. A tripartite order. Sort of shady job usually comes with Akasaka's approval alone. This time we've got the full set. In other words, this mission was undertaken on the mutual agreement of Akasaka Ichigaya and Kasumi Gasaki. Definitely not something you see every day.
そういうこと。つまりは多少派手なことをしてもみんなでかばってくれるから大丈夫ということね。
Why are you showing this thing to me?
分かっているでしょ。赤坂の認証がある以上は私には最高かつ最適の人材を用意する必要があるのよ。
So JB's putting out giving me intel.
私が知る限りあなた以上の適任はいないわ。
She's literally giving Yuji a bone. Oh man, that sucks. You want me to kill a classmate with my own hands? Got some nerve, you shaggy-headed dimwitted.
私をなじって気が済むのなら何とでも言いなさい。ただし
You want a clear yes or no, right?
そういうこと。
Although it should probably go without saying, for mission carried out with this level of secrecy, you're not typically going to get a briefing on the specifics before you accept a job. When the plan is going to be executed, where it will be put into operation, who's participating, how many teams will be committed, you don't know a single thing in advance. Once you've listened to the plan in full, saying, I think I'll pass after all isn't going to fly. In the first place, an agent only needs to understand their specific job. The broader circumstances aren't any of our concern. When you're a piece on the board, only 2 things are requested of you. The willingness to do what you're told, and the ability to make it happen. Your personal circumstances aren't worth shit. There's no compromise option. It's yes or no, one or the other.
嫌な目つきね。
Staring into my face, JB mumbles the words quietly. The moment I've probably got the look of someone who spotted a loathsome insect scuttling along the floor and crushed it emotionlessly. An unattractive mixture of disgust and cold-blooded cruelty. It's an expression you get used to seeing after spending enough time in this company. The expression of someone enduring injustice, resigned to ugly reality. Expression of an agent.
あなたに用意された選択肢は2つ。イリス・マキナの暗殺を引き受けるか、何も見なかったことにして今すぐこの場を立ち去るか。
Yeah, I know Yuji's under Ichigaya, so I figured that when she said you got the triplet, the all 3, it's like the 3 organizations. I think that's the wrong song to be singing. Do I have to make that choice right now?
任務の性質上、今日は帰ってゆっくり考えなさいとは言えないのよ。ましてやあなたは対象者と同じ施設に寝泊まりしている。もしあなたが現時点で任務への参加を拒否した場合、あなたの身柄はこのまま拘束されます。
So you basically refuse a direct order and become you basically refuse to participate, and you're forced into custody until the job is done. Or you accept, refuse a direct order, and basically become a traitor to your country. I don't see a problem with this choice. It's easy, right? What? Well, yeah, I'd imagine so. In other words, the moment I saw that document, the number of options available to me was essentially reduced to one. The answer is yes. A tinge of relief in her voice. JB softly exhales the air in her lungs, and peers into my eyes as though searching for some reassurance of my loyalty. Yeah, I'll swear it on the flag. Understood. Promptly stand from the sofa and click my heels sharply together. Number 9029. Resuming normal post on semi-alert status. She reverts her eyes from my steady gaze slightly, briefly glancing at the surveillance camera installed in the corner of her office. Most likely they had staff standing by watching the monitor in real time, as a precaution against me refusing the order. Pretending not to notice, I raise my head from the salute and promptly leave the room. Well then, what to do? I've been prepared for something ugly, not to suddenly find myself placed on the side of those hunting Makina. That said, it's not like the current situation was completely outside the realm of my speculation. Considering the power and influence of the Irisu family, I vaguely hypothesized a scenario like this might be a possibility. Most likely, Akasaka is playing a large role in this one. Uncle Sam, the father of post-war Japan, kindly allowed us to develop wealth and influence under the banner of freedom and democracy. People running the show in Nagatocho still haven't managed to move out of Dad's basement. I glanced at the watch on my left wrist. 14:23. Seems that meeting in the JB's office actually took less than 30 minutes. Coming to a halt a little ways before the bridge I crossed on my way here, glanced over at an outpost of a certain hamburger peddling multinational corporation. This sort of food isn't bad every once in a while. Ignoring this blatantly artificial comment to no one in particular, I entered a fast food restaurant. I make straight for the register, ordering the company's namesake burger, side of french fries, and an iced coffee. Yeah, Big Mac! Woo! After paying in advance, I take my drink and ticket, settle in at a seat by the window. The street outside is not especially busy at the moment, only a few passerby. Among them, I noticed a businessman of some sort standing in front of the bridge with his shirt sleeves rolled up and a jacket tucked under one arm. He's pressing his cell phone to his ear, obsequiously bowing his head over and over. Talking to his boss or a client. Either way, won't be hanging around there for too long. Eventually, a member of the restaurant's floor staff comes over my food on a plastic tray, exchanging it for the ticket in my hand. A few vigorous bites into my burger, I glance out the window again, only to find that the businessman who's been desperately apologizing to his phone has already taken his leave. Huh. Been a while since I had a meal like this. Pretty tasty, but not exactly something I want to eat every day. Not bad, more or less sums it up. So I wash down the overly juicy hamburger with my iced coffee, quickly shovel the thick french fries into my mouth, and put my tray away and promptly leave the restaurant. Glance at my watch again. 14:31, 7 minutes in there. I make my way briskly back to the station, take the stairs 2 at a time and slip my way into the premises. Once I descend to the appropriate platform, I walk all the way to the far end, boarding the very first car of the subway train that arrives with perfect timing. Since it's early afternoon, the subway isn't exactly crowded. I only count 6 passengers in the lead car, including myself. Ignoring the numerous empty seats, I turn around, open the door in the back of the carriage, and make my way into the next car. There I find. Thought so. The man who'd been kowtowing into his phone by the burger place seems to have caught this train as well. He's wearing the jacket formerly under his arm, and his formerly swept back hair is now parted horizontally, but it's definitely his. The man catches his breath for a moment when I meet his eyes, but after I offer him a quick smile and nod, he jerks up one side of his mouth and furrows his brow in an expression of wry resignation. Well, guess it's only what you expect. The company might have allowed me to go home, but not quite soft enough to let me wander off alone. Under the circumstances, it's only natural they'd have someone keeping an eye on me. Would you mind if I take that seat? There are empty seats all over the train. I settle myself down right next to the man. This way he won't have to bother pretending to read a newspaper while shooting me little glances out the corner of his eye. A little gesture of professional courtesy on my part. Leaning back next to my new friend, I sink calmly into thought while pretending to study an advertising monitor above the exit. So my immediate orders were to stand by, so it's safe to assume there's going to be a few days of preparation before Makina's assassination is carried out. I want to believe they're going to approach this very carefully. One day on standby. One day for us to learn and absorb the details of the operation. One day for ordering and provisioning the necessary equipment and machinery. One day for general review and familiarizing ourselves with the equipment. Even estimating fairly generously, I gained 4 days at the longest. If I had turned down the job, the company would simply have locked me down and given it to another agent. I've bought myself a little time here. Now I need to use it to find a way out of this mess. That said, given the current situation, I'm not going to find any answers no matter how thoroughly I think this over. I'm suffering from an obvious and crippling lack of information. I can't even see my enemies. There's no harder way to fight a battle. And everyone knows who Yuji is. The man who'd been sitting at my side, apparently finding the experience extremely awkward, removed himself from the train at the very first station stop. There wasn't any sign of someone taking his place afterward. On the whole, my return to Mishima Cape went off surprisingly smoothly, but guess it's not quite that easy. There's an unfamiliar motorcycle parked along the street near the entrance to the shopping district. Although the bike itself looks like it's fresh off the lot, the license plate on the back is noticeably battered and worn. Probably a special plate that's seen service on a number of vehicles over the years. Earning those paychecks to see. Judging from the resources they committed to surveillance, the client must be pretty on edge. Speaking of that client of ours, there's several points I'm having a difficult time getting my head around there. First and foremost, why have they suddenly decided Makina needs to die at this point? Considering we're talking about someone connected enough to request a job from our company, it's hard to believe they couldn't have arranged something like this a long time ago. Till now, Makina's enemies have been content to keep her stuffed away in a corner like a worthless employee too troublesome to fire. Even when she pokes her head out of the cage, they've limited themselves to warnings, however blunt. So what's prompted this casual change in policy into an outright assassination? Can't understand why this client's allowed Makina to live until now, or they only now decide to kill her. Probably because you met her mom, Yuji. Something must have changed. There must be some reason they can't afford to worry about appearances anymore. I can only identify that reason. I have a feeling I might be able to devise some counter strategies as well, but in the first place, who exactly is our enemy here? I think this is one question Makina herself wouldn't be able to answer, even if I were to explain the situation to her. Since they got Akasaka off its ass, we're talking about a group or individual with significant power on the global scale. Obviously, they're involved with the Irisu somehow. The nation itself will move its heavy buttocks for private interests. 3 stamps suggest involvement of someone in the Pentagon, or maybe a shove from the NSA. Whatever the exact details, this is without a doubt turning into a proxy war against an extremely problematic opponent.
風見さん、お帰りなさいませ。お早いお戻りで何よりです。
So Yuji's now starring in a Taken movie? Probably like more severe, but yes. He just watches Taken as reference. Hey Sachi, what's Makina up to?
はい、先ほどおやつにホットケーキを3枚ほど召し上がられまして、今はご睡をしていらっしゃいます。
Taking a siesta, huh?
はい、起こしますか？
No, that's alright. Might as well let her sleep.
かしこまりました。
Anything happened while I was gone?
あ、そういえば先ほど風見さん宛ての封筒が届きました。
A delivery for me?
はい、こちらになります。
I instantly recognized the pea green envelope Sachi casually produces. It's standard Asahi clean stationery. Who brought this over exactly? My name's written on the envelope, but there's no address or post office stamp. I generally don't make a policy of entrusting internal documents to middlemen like the postal service. Someone from the company must have brought it directly.
申し訳ありません。相手の方のお名前は確認しておりませんが、おそらくはバイク便業者の方かと。
Oh, that unfamiliar motorcycle. Ah, I see. Motorbike messengers are right up there with taxi drivers as popular side job at Ichikaya. Delivery man was almost certainly a coworker of mine. Actually, come to think of it, I'm impressed you even got him to hand it over. Normally speaking, any internal document, let alone something you go out of your way to transfer via sneakernet, Guess like sneaker net. Will be designated direct delivery only, but here we are.
はい。最初は本人にしか渡せないとの一点張りだったのですが、では渡していただけるまで私もここを動きませんと申し上げたところ、15分後に私に託してくださいました。
When it comes to stubbornness, I believe that Sachi wins out. Just a guess here, but I'm thinking that delivery man had been planning to wait for my return out by the main gate or something. Probably wasn't expecting to deal with an expressionless woman in full maid uniform standing rigidly at his side like a diminutive Buckingham Palace guard. The man might as well have tried to be considerate. Probably told Sachi, "It's fine, I'll take care of it," or asked, "Why don't you at least sit down?" This, of course, would have earned nothing but a curt "no thank you" as the perfectly stationary girl continued to bore into him with her steady, unblinking gaze. That's pretty much just the way our Komiya Sachi's personality works, but, well, I can understand how it might seem more than a little creepy to an outsider. Probably broke under the sheer psychological pressure, although only lasting 15 minutes is pretty damn pitiful any way you look at it.
何やら急に頭を両の手でかきむしり始めまして、ああもうわかった渡せばいいんだろうともすればやけくそになったかのようなご様子でしたが。
So Sachi, literally doing her duties as a maid, broke a human being who is trained not to break under extreme stress or interrogation by just being polite and being a maid.
私は何か悪いことをしたのでしょうか？
No, you're fine, Sachi. More importantly, was the man who delivered this envelope maybe riding a new-looking black motorcycle?
はい、確かに黒いオートバイでした。お知り合いの方ですか？
Nah, that's not it. Just noticed this unfamiliar motorcycle stopped at the entrance to the shopping district. So I was wondering if it might have been him. I see, so he switched right over to surveillance after dropping off the documents to me? The guy can get worn out by Sachi here. He's probably a pretty damn green new part-timer. But an observer with that kind of mobility is still somewhat troublesome. In any case, the envelope got to me in the end. Thanks, Sachi.
はい、お役に立てて幸いです。
Delivery from the company right now. Almost certainly has something to do with the assassination we just discussed. The envelope's strangely thick. From what Sachi told me, the messenger stopped by about an hour and a half ago, the time I was still in JB's office. In other words, the woman could have handed these to me herself if she wanted to. So why go out of your way to use an employee to deliver them? I guess the simplest explanation would be they didn't want to hand over too much intelligence on the spot. In case I decide to refuse my orders? Well, no point speculating until I've at least taken a look at the contents. This is? The thick sheaf of A4 paper that emerges from the envelope is covered in dense arrays of tiny characters, as if deliberately designed to crush the reader's willpower before they've even begun. There's only one person I know who goes around making reports this maliciously dense. JB, huh? The bundle of paper is as thick as one of those weekly manga tomes. To begin a preliminary flip through, skimming past lengthy sentences embodying JB's over-serious German personality, several bolded phrases quickly catch my eye. The prosperity of the Irisu clan, light and shadow. Irisu Makina, birth to the present day. Extra departmental order number 11847 detailed plan. Well, shit. Okay, no wonder she couldn't hand it over directly. This looks like a grab bag of highly restricted material. I mean, the people directly involved in organizing the job probably don't have access to such a comprehensive rundown of the facts. Some of the documents in this are clearly marked removal and copying strictly prohibited. As a whole, this is dangerously outside the range of what JB's permitted to spread around on her personal initiative. What the hell is that woman thinking? However, it's clear that the majority of the information I need is hiding in this bundle of paper. To be honest, it's about the best gift I could hope for right now. Why show me all this? Just what do you expect me to do, JB? Putting that aside, it seems like it will take 2 or 3 days to just read it all. Well, whatever. I'm a chronic insomniac anyway, so it shouldn't be hard to find the time. If nothing else, a decent sleep aid's always appreciated. Take out some oolong tea from the fridge and drink deeply and loudly straight from the bottle. For the first time since leaving JB's office, I feel halfway human again. With a deep sigh, I drop myself down onto the floor, then focus my attention on the first document of many. And here's probably the Makina. The Makina story that we still have questions about, right? Guess JB was trying to paint as detailed a picture as possible. There's a fair amount of information that looks irrelevant at first glance, to the point where documents seem almost overly long. But as I continue reading, I often find myself realizing that she's carefully foreshadowed critical events, providing background naturally a bit by bit, instead of dumping it on the reader all at once. It's actually a pretty ingenious structure, surprisingly readable considering the dense material. For I know it, I've spent several hours with my eyes glued to the pages, poring over the documents one after another. When the knock comes at my door, I'm surprised to find it's already past 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be right there. Quickly gathering up the stack of paper I've been leafing through, stashed away deep inside my rucksack. Yo. Yo, potatoes are also good. That's not it. It's just, well, nothing big. It's not as though there's really any need to hide the truth, but seeing the main character of the non-fiction novel I've just been reading appear before my eyes inspires a strong wave of guilt. Trying to disguise those feelings, I drop a hand on Makina's head with a firm thump. Your head's a little damp, kid. Just out of the bath or something? Alright, today's Professor Dave's day. Sure, but let's eat first. My head feels unpleasantly heavy, probably because I've been reading JB's documents all this time. Pork? What are those eyes? Not to say I'm physically tired or unwell, it's pure psychological weight. Learning the details of this girl's past was a harsher burden than I expected. Looks pretty tasty. Amane didn't cook it?
こらこら、あんたが一人で作ったみたいな顔しないの。あんたはちょっとお手伝いしただけでしょ。
See, knew it. Amane made it.
じゃがいものもちもち団子を作ったの私なのよ。
確かにじゃがいもをグニグニ練ったのはあんただけどさ。むしろあんたは私があげるたびに横でつまみ食いしてた方が多いんじゃない？12個作ったのに8個しか残ってなかったのはなぜなのかしら？
だって美味しかったのよさ。
Fair. Well, hardly a big deal, right?
またあんたはそうやってマキナを甘やかすんだから。
Guess you're right. Amane didn't really need to point that out. I'm perfectly aware that I'm being more than a little soft on Makina right now. Sachi wasn't wrong the other day. This girl really does have a past that can change the way you see her. Once you know the facts, it's impossible not to look at her with sympathy in your eyes. Knowing that your pity will only make the girl feel even more miserable, you end up trying not to look at all. Makina's probably kept the details of her past to herself, precisely because she didn't want to deal with that sort of awkwardness in her relationships here. Just looking into the face of a friend who's learned the truth would be painful. However, it's now absolutely necessary that I understand Makina's past down to the smallest details. In turn, she needs to know what I've learned. That's just basic courtesy. That said, how exactly am I supposed to bring something like that up? But soon enough, the girl's straightforward personality solves that problem for me.
I
was reading about you! Documents about your past. Yeah, that's right. Alright, I'll check with you if there's something I don't understand in there. What is it?
最近パパが妙に優しいのはそれが原因？
No, I think that's just a result of me sleeping with you. You always treat women weirdly nice after they made love for the first time.
そっか、じゃあいいや。
Damn, she's pretty sharp. Seriously?
じゃあさ、もう一回抱かれたらもっと優しくなる？
Don't push your luck! Think not. If I spoil you any more than this, you'll go completely rotten in no time.
なんだい、つまんないの。
Wow. Check yourself, kid. Anyway, wasn't there something you wanted to watch on television?
おう、せやった。デイブ見なきゃ。
Yeah, the crazy guy.
じゃあ
Bit
パ
by
パ、
a shark.
膝枕をしておくれ。
What? You want me to watch? You want to watch lying down?
そんぐらいは甘えさせてくれんでしょ。ね。
Proper posture is important when you're watching television. You're just going to fall asleep if you lie down, aren't you?
まあまあ、いいからいいから、ほら。
Good. Camping on the sofa next to me with the confident pushiness of a girl disinclined to take no for an answer. Makina drops her head casually onto my lap, then flips on the TV with the remote in her hand. Do feel like I might be getting a little too soft on the girl at this point, but can't really bring myself to object too strongly. Probably more evidence of the effect reading these documents had on me.
デイブ教授のアメイジングアニマル。いやー、キッズたち、元気だったかい？今週もアメイジングアニマルが始まるよ。今日の特集は先週予告したようにヘビの特集だ。
Dave, clad in his usual rough attire, makes his way down a richly verdant rural road with a giant smile on his
みんなは
face.
100歩だというヘビを知っているかな？
100 pacer? What?
そいつに噛まれると100歩歩くうちに死ぬと言われているとても恐ろしいヘビだ。
Is that a little fast or slow? Let me see. Take 100%. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty quick.
そして今日僕が来ているここベトナムには
What?
現地で2ステップスネークと呼ばれるその名の通り2歩歩くうちに死に至ると言われる猛毒を持ったヘビがいるんだ。今日はそのヘビを紹介しよう。
Oh, okay. Screen abruptly changes to an insert video that seems to have been shot separately. Stock footage, maybe? As a clip of the two-step snake spitting venom towards the camera lens plays, voiceover explains that the animal's poison encourages uncontrollable bleeding, playing up its fearsome lethality.
どうだい？恐ろしいヘビだろう。毒自体の強さはそれほど強くはないが、一度に吐き出す毒の量が多いのが2ステップスネークの恐ろしさだね。さて、今日僕がやってきたのはヘビの養殖場だ。ここでは80種類のヘビが2000匹も養殖されているんだ。
This Professor Dave guy, kind of weird. As Dave points ahead with a triumphant grin, the camera turns to find local staff from the snake farm casually releasing a sizable serpent. They give you a few pokes with a frayed bamboo stick. The animal seems none too pleased.
これが2ステップスネークだ。どうだい？恐ろしいだろう。よし、早速噛まれてみよう。
Okay. Why does this guy always seem to enjoy the getting bitten part so much? More importantly, didn't he just say the venom could kill you in seconds flat? Not following the logical progression. Grabbing the shin of his right leg where the animal bit him, Dave rolls around the ground in exaggerated fashion.
これは痛い。痛すぎる。やばい。こいつはリアルな方だ。
As opposed to what? An imposter? Of course it's going to hurt if you let that thing bite you. What's with this show anyway? Sometimes I feel like it's less of an animal documentary and more of an entertainment show for bloodthirsty children to cackle at Dave's reactions. The local staff members quickly administer anti-venom. Dave's leg grows bright violet nonetheless. With minutes, it's swollen up to several times its normal thickness. It certainly does look pretty damn bad. I mean, seriously, shouldn't somebody stop Dave for his own good? Can't help voicing my thoughts out loud, but Makina doesn't react. Makina? Girl's eyes are shut. Her soft, regular breathing suggests she's fallen asleep in my lap. I wonder if she's been strangely quiet lately. Told you so, kid. Briefly considered shaking her shoulder to wake her up, but even if I succeeded, it would probably be a short-lived victory. Fortunately, the DVRs under our television seem to be saving the program. This girl at Sachi set it up to automatically start recording this time every week. New. Makina's mouth flops loosely open and closed, emitting meaningless babble that doesn't even rise to the level of sleep talking. Honestly, it's pretty cute in a way. Guess it couldn't hurt to let her sleep a little longer. Probably get annoying if Michiru happens to wander by, but if I was worried about my dignity or whatever, it'd be easy enough to just lower the girl's head off my lap. Maybe even carry her up to her room. It's probably the least problematic choice here. Still, I choose not to do so, mostly because the weight and warmth of Makina's body feels surprisingly pleasant. She's broccoli? Broccoli in you? I don't really understand why I've come to feel this way about her. Then again, my master didn't understand the reason she took me in until the day she died. And to think of it, I'm not sure exactly when, but there was a time I asked Amine why she was going out of her way to look after her aggravating little past like Makina. Oh, aggravating little pest like Makina.
なんでって言われてもな。
There has to be some reason you started, right?
きっかけね。まあ、あるっちゃあるけど、どうなんだろう。前にさ、マキナは一人でお風呂に入ると寝ちゃうって話はしたよね。
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
あの子がこの学園に来て間もない頃にさ、やっぱりお風呂で寝ちゃって溺れかけたことがあってね。それ以降は私と一緒にお風呂に入るようになったんだけど、マキナと一緒にお風呂に入った時、ちょっと驚いたことがあってさ。
Like what?
あの子さ、手ぬぐいの絞り方が変だったのよね。こうさ、タオルをボールみたいに丸めて両手でギューって握って絞るの。普通さ、手ぬぐいって四つ折りにしてねじって絞るでしょ。あの子さ、それを知らなかったの。私さ、それ見た時に、この子今までどんな環境で生きてきたんだろうとか、誰も教えてくれる人がいなかったのかなとか思ったら、なんかそういうのを教えるのが私の仕事なのかなって勝手に思ってさ。それ以降かな、私がマキナの面倒を見るようになったのって。きっかけがあるとしたら、多分それだと思う。
That small thing.
いや、別にそれが全てってわけじゃなくて、そういった小さなことの積み重ねでいつの間にかって感じでね。でもね、別に成り行きで仕方がなくってわけじゃないのよ。
It wasn't just inertia.
そりゃね、最初はめんどくさい子だなって思うこともあったけど、ずっとあの子のそばにいて、普通の何でもない小さなことを毎日積み重ねて、ある日ふっと気がつくの。
She's my daughter!
ああ、私この子のことが大好きなんだなって。
Basically.
まあ、私とマキナは女の子同士だし、恋愛とはまた別の感情なんだろうけど、ある日本当にふっと気がつくんだよね。この子が好きだって。一度気がついてそれを認めちゃえばあとは楽だよ。なんでこんなことしてるんだろうって悩まなくなるから。
Yeah, pretty simple, you know. You want to do things for the people you like. I see.
自覚のないまま人を好きになるって珍しいことじゃないよ。もう認めちゃいなよ。私のこと好きなんでしょ。
Different route, Amane. Yeah, the music's pretty good in the music's pretty good in a lot of the VNs I play, but yeah, the Fruit of Grisaia had some great music. Valhalla had some great tunes as well. Higurashi was just a lot of cicadas. Doki Literature Club had some like happy music for like a part of it, and then I don't know what happened, but everything just slowly filled and what? Oh, something happened. Okay, now you've lost me, and spare me the woman. That was my You can fall in love with someone without even realizing it. Till you notice a simple truth. It's impossible to come to terms with your own emotions. Question: is this really how it should be? Rolls around in your head over and over. But by now I found my answer. Looking down at the girl quietly sleeping on my lap, I find myself once again recalling the documents I spent the afternoon reading. The house Makina was born into, the Irisu clan, is built on a long and unbroken tradition of corruption and avarice. Fat parasitic cancer on the body body politic with roots reaching down to the bone. Just among the papers I looked over today were credible references to embezzlement, fraudulent budget inflation, and insider trading related to government projects. That's clearly just scratching the surface. Among the leaders of his clan, Irisu Masataka was the one and only individual of genuine integrity. The man married into the family, so he'd been kept outside the loop at first. But after Makina's birth, he brushed against the darkness at the core of the Irisu, and realized he'd been integrated into a profoundly evil machine. Bad soundtrack for studying? Oh, well, fair. Yeah, I agree. I agree that if you have chill visual novel music, and like I said, I mentioned Valhalla before. This is the reason why I even bought the Valhalla soundtrack. So, Grisaia is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Uncomfortable with the clan's amoral dealings, Mr. Masataka tried incredibly hard to move the Irisu onto a straighter path, motivated in no small part by a concern for his newborn daughter. But in the end, his actions were nothing more than nibbling of an ant at the foot of an elephant, producing no results other than his complete isolation within the family. When Mr. Masataka laid hands on proof of the Irisu's secrets and crimes, the family severed him from itself like a lizard shedding its tail. It was an elaborately planned assassination, using his love for Makina against him. You might say the girl was his Achilles heel. Makina was abducted in a sham kidnapping planned by her own relatives, used as bait to lure out her father. Mr. Masataka swallowed their deception hook, line, and sinker, went to negotiate with the kidnappers, bring 120 million yen ransom, and was murdered before his daughter's eyes. He was an honest and timid man by nature. Just as the criminals had demanded, he went to the meeting without telling anyone of the situation, and he died for that mistake. Up until that point, everything went off exactly according to the Irisu leadership's plan. Their one and only slip-up was leaving the execution of the kidnapping to men from the Branch family. The Branch family had been entrusted with cleaning up the main house's messes ever since their incorporation into the Irisu. The leadership pushed this job onto them without a second thought, a decision that complicated matters. Estimating that their faction could gain dramatically, the main family's successor candidate was to disappear along with her father. The kidnappers took a gamble and left Makina in the warehouse when they escaped. The girl spent a week tied to a pillar next to her father's corpse before she was finally discovered. Unfortunately, these events took place in the summer. The body began to change rapidly and soon started to emit a foul stench. Psychological stress of watching her father rot, combined with the physical stress of hunger and dehydration, left Makina in a truly terrible state by the time she was rescued. Afterwards, she spent 6 long years shut up in a hospital, under the Branch family's control, tormented by severe PTSD symptoms and other complications. You went through a hell of a lot, kid. As I muttered the words, my eyes returned to the girl sleeping on my lap, her tears running down her face. Makina. What kind of dream is she seeing right now? No matter how harsh the reality, surely it's not too much to hope the girl might find some happiness when she falls asleep. Damn.
それは夢。
Uh-oh. It's a dream.
何度も何度も見続けた辛く悲しいだけの夢。
いや、よく来てくれたね、イリス正隆さん。電話で伝えた通り、誰にも知られずに来たかな。
Really? We're gonna see her dad get killed?
当たり前だ。警察はもとより妻にすら何も伝えてはいない。そんなことより娘を、マキナを返してくれ。金ならちゃんと用意してきた。
まあまあ、そう慌てなさんなって。あんたの娘はそこにいる。ちっとばかし、ほっぺたと膝をすりむいているかもしれないが、それ以外は無事だ。腹が減ったらいけないと思って、さっきピザを注文したところだ。あんたも一緒に食ってくといい。
マキナ！
おっとっとっと、まだだよ正隆さん。まずは現金を確認させてもらわなきゃ。こっちも仕事なんでね。ああ、ピザの代金は俺が出すから気にしないでいい。それよりちゃんと持ってきたのかな。使い古しの少額紙幣で200万ドル。
そこにスーツケースが2つある。それが僕の自由に動かせる金額の全てだ。好きにすればいい。
そう。じゃあ確認させてもらおうかな。おい、確認しろ。よし。
よし。
マキナ、無事か？怪我は？
まだだって言ってんだろ。 せっかちだね、あんたも。金が数え終わるまで待ちなよ。何か飲む？と言っても、ビールかダイエットコーラしかないが。
Ugh, horrible. You got piss water and cancer water. Shame.
ボス！
だ、もう。でかい声出すな。びっくりしてビールこぼしちまったじゃねえか。
ボス、どう見ても金が足りねえ。
はあ？なんで？いくらあるって？
パッと数えてみたところじゃ12万ドル。あとはわけのわからねえ紙切れが。
紙切れ？ああ、どういうことなのかな、正隆さん。今すぐに納得のいく説明が聞かせてもらいたいな。
君たちから電話があったのは昨日だぞ。そう簡単に都合よく金が用意できるはずもないのは電話で何度も説明したはずだ。
まあね。そりゃ無理を言ってるのは分かってるよ。分かっちゃいるが、そこをなんとかとお願いしたはずだよね。そんであんたはできるだけなんとかするって言ってくれたじゃない。それが何？12万ドル？あんたの娘はたったの12万ドルか？これじゃ返してやれるのは娘の腕1本分だよ。
だから150万ドル分の債券を用意した。
おいおいおいおい、勘弁してくれよ。俺は現金が欲しいと言ったじゃないか、正隆さん。それが債券？債券？
Yo, bonds are pretty good, but you have to be legitimate to cash them in.
冗談じゃない。そんなもんどうやって換金しろって言うんだ。そんなもん下手に転がしてみろ。投資顧問が黙っちゃいないだろ。
心配ない。もちろん無記名の債券だ。小切手なんかよりずっと安全だ。
Oh, unregistered bonds.
そういう問題じゃないんだよ。あんた全然分かっちゃいないな。こんなもんもらったところで、俺たちはまずその債券が本物か、そして有効なのかを調べなきゃいけない。そんな手間はごめん被りたいんだよ。
Yes, like, okay, so, a little finance thing, and I'm gonna get a lot of this wrong, because, my, finance, I'm not a finance major, I'm an English major, and, I'm not big on the financials anymore, because I actually, ironically enough, I can relate to the kidnappers. Yes, bonds and such are time-consuming, but a bond is, it's kind of like a promise of money. It's like a promissory note. It has some value that can appreciate or depreciate depending on when you can cash it in. What did Masataka say he brought in right here? Unregistered bonds basically means that they're not owned by any single person, so you could just basically turn them in whenever you feel like without with less hassle. But at the same time, a bond is a type of kind of formal or official currency. It's not something you can easily like move around in a black market situation, especially if you're like a kidnapper or you're somebody who basically does dealings on a cash only basis. You have to have somebody who has a legitimate financial standing to actually cash these in without raising any eyebrows. And that's what the kidnappers are angry about, because it's a form of, it's as you said, it is more secure than like and safer than like a check, because you don't have to give your name when you cash them in, but you'll still raise eyebrows when you do so depending on the type of person you are, etc.
わかるか？言いたかないが、俺たちは田舎者だ。な？
So, the fact that the kidnappers are angry over getting bonds instead of cash makes sense, because they probably won't be the type that can easily cash them in without taking a long time to do so, and like setting it up and making an account to like make it happen over time. And so it is time, even if it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money over time that you have to deal with if you don't want to like provoke the eye of like the law of finances, like financial officials, etc. But with that said, like if you're an upstanding citizen who has like bonds and such like that, you know, they appreciate depreciated time. If if it's especially if it's like a bond in good standing, it'll probably appreciate in value, so it'll actually be worth more than what you paid for it. So in some ways, it, you know, it's kind of like, you know, it just comes down to how long can you wait on it, can you cash it in right away or not, etc. Like, bonds are very much kind of like a contract of money. So you go, here's some money, you give me a bond, and I will cash this bond in later for whatever it's worth later. And you just hope that you make a profit when you do so.
あんたはテキサスの田舎道にあるドライブインでカードを使えるかと財布から金色のカードを出した間抜けと同じことをしているんだ。なあ、そうだろ？
しかし僕にはこれが精一杯で。
そんな言い訳なんざ聞きたかねえのよ。冗談じゃない。この子さらうのにいくら金かかったと思ってんだよ。なあ、くそ、イライラすんなもう。
And in the case of I think that more so than anything else, in the case of this particular kidnapping and such, they were trying to get Masataka to actually break some rules to gather the actual cash together so that they can throw it back in his face and be like, oh, look at this guy, Mr. Upstanding gentleman, upstanding citizen who's trying to be on the straight and narrow, and you do this shit and you collect this money to save your own daughter. Yeah, because you're not. And basically they want him to be guilty to kind of blackmail him into silence, and clearly that didn't work, was the bigger problem. Yeah, but it's all money things, and you know my information is gonna be shaky on it, and you could always look up more, you could Google it and stuff, but that's like the, it's kind of like the it's like kind of like my summary of it. Can't guarantee if it's accurate or not, but I think I hit some of the points of it.
ボス、あれ見てください。あ、テレビがなんだ。今画面に映ってんのイリスの人間じゃないですか。ああああてめえんとこの娘と亭主がえらい目に遭おうって時にのんきにクラシックのコンサートか。セレブだね。
You know, like I'd wish this won't end the way it will, but we all know how this ends. It ends with Masataka dead and Makina staying there tied for 8 days.
正隆さんよ、あんたは本当に嫁にも何も言わずに来たんだな。俺はあんたのそういうバカ正直なところすげえ気に入ってるよ。そんなあんたならめんどくせえこともなくすんなりと仕事ができると踏んでたんだ。ところがどうだ、あんたが用意できたのはたった12万ドルと紙切れだけ。話にならないよ。そうだろな。
そんなバカな。
The thing is, like, if they give Masataka like a week or two, he could probably have moved these funds without turning an eye. Because if he could get that much in bonds, that means he does have the financial assets, just not in cash form, to have actually made this payable. But no kidnapper's dumb enough to keep a hostage for 2 weeks, or like when the threat of the person being missing from their daily lives is a big thing, considering that Makina went to school and such.
そりゃ俺のセリフだって。あんた俺の話聞いてんのか？ん？あ？ちょっと待て。この画面に映ってんのあんたんとこの家族だよね。おじいちゃんにおばあちゃん、それにあんたの嫁。まあそこまではいいとしてよ。その嫁の隣にいる男と二人に手をつながれている女の子は誰よ。
バカな。こんなのは。
ああ、そっか、そういうことか。あんた捨てられたんだな。こいつらは替え玉だろ。あ、そっか、あんたこの子と一緒に捨てられたな。かわいそうによ。
Oh, it's probably Makina's little sister.
嘘だ。
見捨てられた理由はあんたにもおおよその察しはついてんだろ。あんたはイリス一族の汚職に対して拭いがたい罪悪感があって家族と対立することも多かった。
I like how this kidnapper knows a little too much about how these going-ons work, and is clearly showing it. So Masataka probably will find out what's happening, and they're gonna leave Makina with this information as well. But whatever.
一族にしてみりゃ無駄に正義感の強すぎるあんたは一族の生みのような存在だったっつうこったな。
やめろ。子供の前でそんな話を。
まあいいじゃねえのよ。こうなった以上はあんたが持っている汚職の証拠ってやつを俺に譲ってくれよ。そしたらさ、足りない身代金の代わりにイリス家から金をもらえるだろ。
最初からそれが目的だったのか。
まあその予定がなかったって言えば嘘になるが、あんたがちゃんと金を用意すればこうはならなかったんだぜ。
Except that's a complete lie, because the kidnapper's actual plan was to take Masataka out of here, either through gaining some sort of evidence that he moved around funds illegally or illicitly, and thus has some blackmail that now the Irisu family can bribe him with to keep him silent, or he loses his evidence in this case so that he has no ground to stand on to bring all this stuff to light, etc. Like, this was the entire plan anyway. And somebody tells Masataka's not moving.
どうする？汚職の証拠とやらを俺に渡してみちゃどうだ？何を悩むことがあんだよ。あんたと娘を見捨ててみんなで仲良くコンサートに行くような薄情な家族に今さら義理立てする理由もなかろう。
Except he wants to bring them to justice.
あんた犬っころみてえに捨てられたんだぞ。悔しかねえのかよ。
もちろん悔しいさ。だが悔しいからといって悪に対して悪をもって制裁するのは、悪の連鎖を読んでますます大きな悪を生むだけだ。そんなことに何の意味がある。
ご立派だね。あんたそんな善人でよくイリス家にいられたもんだよ。
Because their orders are probably clear. Masataka's not getting out of this.
何とでも言ってくれ。とにかく金は用意できるだけ用意した。娘は返してもらう。
だよね、だよね。あんたならまあそういうだろうってのは分かってたよ。まあつまり金が用意できなかった時点であんたの運命はほぼ決まってたってわけなんだけどさ。
Yep, because they knew the kind of guy they were dealing with. So he would probably not illegally embezzle funds to save his own daughter even, because he wants to be on the straight and narrow to stand proud in front of Makina, and they were given strict orders otherwise. Damn, that sucks.
バッカだな。もうね、あんたほんとバカ。救いようのないバカだよ。このお嬢ちゃん、イリス・マキナには同年代の妹がいる。つうことはあれだ。替え玉には事欠かないってわけで。わざわざ高い身代金を払う必要もないし、むしろそうなってくれた方が都合のいい人間だっているかもしれない。
But Masataka loved his daughter.
正隆さんよ、俺だって好きでこんなことしてるんじゃないんだぜ。むしろ非常に残念な結果になったと思っているし、こうして引き金を引いている今も全くもって胸くその悪い思いだよ。だが嫌な仕事だからって部下に押し付けるわけにもいかないじゃないか。だから俺はこうして自らの手で後始末をしているわけだ。しかしあんた実に残念な父親だ。いいかい、俺はこう見えても一応は公平な立場だったんだ。
Gave him a few demands and stuff.
もしあんたが200万ドルきっちりと耳を揃えて用意できていたのなら、俺たちはその金を受け取ってお疲れ様でしたとこの場から笑顔で帰って、
And you know, the Irisu family would open an investigation on why this guy embezzled $2 million.
ちょっと艶のある女将のいる小料理屋にでも入っ
2 million
て
yen?
ささやかな祝杯をあげていたんだよ。そ がどうだい。あんたが可愛い娘のためにかき集めてきた金はたったの12万ドル。こいつはいただけない。おまけに俺が汚職の証拠で手を打とうと譲歩してみせりゃ、それまで断っちまうんだから全くお話にならないよ、正隆さん。あんたそれでも父親かい？父親だったら娘のためにどんな悪いことをしてでも金をかき集めてこなきゃ嘘だろ。実に残念だ。ほら情けなくて涙出てくるよ。
Think the guy saying get pregnant all dab is...
あくそ、弾がなくなっちまった。おい、弾よこせ。
ボス、もうその辺で。
あ？なんだ？銃のせいで耳が聞こえねえんだ。もっとでけえ声で話せバカ。
ボス、もうその辺で。そろそろつらかった方が。
だってうるせえな。
マキナ。
おいおいおいおい、待て待て待て待て。正隆さん、まだ生きてんじゃねえかよ。なんでだよ、不死身かこいつ。
ボスが下手くそだからじゃ。
ああ、聞こえねえっつの。言いたいことがあるなら言えよ。
なんでもねえっすよ。
ああ、そうかよ。まあいいえ、ほっときゃ勝手に落ちるだろ。そんじゃ消えるか。ああ、くそ、頭痛い。
I don't know. I think the kidnapper even just hates the fact that this is the shit that he's hired for.
ボス、ガキの方はどうしますか？
あ？そうな。生かしておく理由もなくなったしな。もう弾がねえっつの。締め殺すか。
でもボス、もう時間が。
あ？時間？なんのよ。
飛行機の時間です。
そっか。じゃあもういいか。めんどくせえし。行くぞ。ガキは放っておけ。どうせ顔は見られちゃいない。
そう。これは夢。
That's the dream she has? When her dad got killed? The hell, man? What kind of friggin' messed up dream? Psychological trauma sucks.
早く目が覚めてほしいって。ただそれだけを何度も願い続けるだけの苦しくて。パパ大丈夫？血がいっぱい出てるよ。
マキナ、君はどこか怪我をしていないか？痛いところは？
私は平気。それよりパパは痛い。
Surprised he's not clean shaven.
僕も平気だよ。全然痛くないんだ。
It's because you're dying! God damn it!
そうだよ。だってパパ、血がいっぱい出てるよ。
本当だよ。全然痛くないんだ。いっぱい血が出てるのに。不思議だね。少しも痛くないんだ。
Yeah, I don't think I have expected our dad to... Looks like he should be like a bartender or something, but, you know, I see the semblance of a suit.
ごめんね、パパ。私をかばったから、怪我をしちゃったんだよね。
The glass is gonna be knocked out, even if he did.
気にすることはないよ。これは当然のことだからね。君は何も悪くない。
でも
ごめんよ、マキナ。
パパ、どうして謝るの？
僕の娘に生まれてこなければ、君はこんな目に遭わずに済んだのにね。本当にごめんよ。
Yo, don't say that to your daughter. She loves you, man.
謝らないで、パパ。変だよ。どうしてそんなことで謝るの？
縄を解いて君を 自由にしてあげたいけど、指がうまく動かないんだ。
パ
ごめんよ。
パ、どうしたの？
マキナ、何かお話をしてくれないかな。もっと君の声が聞きたいんだ。
This is a real question. What happened to that evidence that Masataka gathered?
話って？
Got a mosquito. It's dead now. Dead mosquito. Interrupting me in this scene. Gosh.
何でもいいんだ。何か楽しい話が聞きたいな。
This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
急に言われても困るよ。
No duh.
そうだね。楽しい話題というものは男が用意するものだったね。
What are you talking about?
パパ、笑ってるの？
そうだよ。
どうして？痛くないの？
Say nah, don't feel a thing.
平気さ。言っただろ。全然痛くないよ。何も感じないんだ。ほら、僕は笑っているだろ。
そうね。パパは笑っているもの。きっと平気なのね。
This is what we call the denial step. You're smiling even though you're not you're not actually happy.
当たり前さ。僕が君に嘘をついたことがあるかい？
いっぱいあるじゃない。この前の私のお誕生日も一緒にお祝いしようって約束したのに、仕事が忙しいって帰ってきてくれなかった。
Correct.
そうか。そうだったかな。
もう何がそんなにおかしいの？
It's just depression, guys. We're gonna sit through this a while longer, I think.
僕はね、君には僕の笑顔を覚えていてほしいのさ。
No, man, he tried so hard to minimize that psychological trauma, but it's not gonna happen because he's gonna die, and there's gonna be 8 days of Makina sitting with your dead body, sir.
私、パパの笑顔大好きだよ。
そうか。ありがとう、マキナ。
パパ？
ごめんよ。実は仕事が忙しくてね。昨日はあんまり寝てないんだ。
Uh-oh, he's gonna sleep forever.
パパ、眠いの？
ごめんよ。
仕方がないね。お仕事だものね。
ごめんよ。
Makina's truest ally is now coming to leave her at this juncture of her life.
私やママのために働いているのだから。いいよ、パパ。おやすみなさい。
Oh no.
でも、1時間経ったら起こすからね。いい？パパ。
Oh no, he's dead.
パパ？私は何度も声をかけた。でもパパは目を覚まさない。パパはぐっすりと眠ってしまった。 やがて朝になり、周りが明るくなってもパパは目を覚まさない。私は何度も何度もパパに声をかけた。やがてまた日が落ちて夜になった。
This is like a slow version of that scene from Doki Doki Literature Club. Spoilers. So if you don't want to hear it, close your ears for like the next 20 seconds until you hear Makina's voice again. Which I guess you wouldn't if you're closing your ears. But anyway, reminds me of that scene where Yuri's just dead and the main character just kind of sits with her dead body because the game's broken.
それでもやっぱりパパは目を覚まさない。そしてまた朝になって、また夜が来て、そのうちパパの体からはひどい匂いがするようになった。ほら、夏だったから。だからパパの体は腐り始めて、虫がね、虫がほらいっぱいね。どこから来たのかしらってぐらいいっぱいね。パパ死んじゃったの。大丈夫だって言ったじゃない。
And the blood is even like...
私はまたパパに騙された。平気だなんて言っておいて死んじゃった。ねえ、信じられる？こんな嘘って信じられないよ。私は信じなかった。だから何度も何度もパパに話しかけた。
Man, talking with a rotting corpse is tough.
パパには誕生日に子犬を買ってもらうはずだった。パパの仕事が夏休みになったら海に連れて行ってくれるって約束をしていた。夜になったらパパと一緒に花火をするって。いや、パパは自分の子供に自転車の乗り方を教えるのが夢だったとそう言っていた。
Oh my god. Those are literally the wishes that Makina had that usually tried to fulfill all of them. And he did fulfill most of those.
私はそれをずっと楽しみにしていたのに。だから私はいつまでもパパに話しかけてた。でももう何も話すことがなくなった。話し尽くしてしまった。だから私は黙ってパパの死体を見ていた。もう一生分ぐらい話してしまったのだから、これ以上は喋る必要なんてないと思った。だから最後に一言だけ喋って、それでもう最後にしようって思った。嘘つき。
Whew. Oh my. Oh no. Oh god. That kind of scared me at the end too. I don't know if the words Makina just spoke were directed at me or her real father. Either way, they startled me, conscious as I am of hiding things from her. Watching the girl sniffle miserably in my lap and feel my own mood sinking. It's not like me to get pulled along by the emotions of others. Oh my god. Have I gotten weaker? The thought's unpleasant, disturbing even. It's like I've bitten into something and felt my teeth rattle loosely in my skull. The animal variety show on the television, having reached the serious second half of the program, begins to broadcast the story of a wolf raising its children. Those words, those are definitely words that really hit. Yeah.
狼という生き物は動物の中でも特に家族を大切にする生き物です。
Wounded and bloodied, the wolf on the screen fights to protect its children. No matter how many times it's knocked down, the animal keeps standing up again. I see. Weaker isn't the right word, is it? Makina reaches out reflexively as if requesting help. Take her hand and squeeze it firmly. I'm right here, Makina. When we're like this, I can almost fool myself into believing I've become a good person. It's embarrassing to discover I'm still capable of these sorts of feelings, but it also brings me something close to happiness. At the same time, there's an undercurrent of unease, the same old doubts. Is it really alright for me to touch this girl with my soiled hand? I made up my mind. This girl reaches out for help. I'll take her hand. I'll hold on as long as I can. If I should falter, I'll let go and fall alone. Makina's hand, grasped tightly in mine, feels a little lighter than it did before. Whoo! 3 days. I haven't spent much time in any halfway normal schools, so I can't really call myself an authority on the subject, but the thing called homework is truly a pain in the ass. And when exams are approaching and you know you have to buckle down, you'll find yourself making more progress on cleaning your room than reading your textbooks, reflexively seeking out any possible distraction from reality. Mood shift. Some people handle it better than others, but in general, nobody's at their best when forced to confront something troublesome. Just facing up to an arduous pile of problems requires some real willpower. At present, Makina is the homework I need to confront. And due to the truly enormous scope of the problem, using youthful energy to force my way to a solution hasn't gone so smoothly. It's been a lot of unproductive agonizing going on. Of course, considering the imminent danger, it's clear that taking immediate action would be best. If I got the time to procrastinate using my daily running routine as a pretext, it's probably better spent charging into the Irisu home with a dagger in my hand and at least trying to do my duty. However, we're dealing with a conglomerate strongly tied to the nation itself. No matter how fiercely a single mutt barks and snarls outside the gate, we're not exactly going to shake in their shoes. And even if, by some chance, the world were to tilt in an unexpected direction, how could we hope to compensate society for the resulting damage? No matter how hard I think, the answers don't come. It's easy enough to boast that you'll stick to your guns, no matter who tries to push you around. The simple fact is that fighting the power almost never ends badly for the power in question. Exceptions include Gurren Lagann. What? Hell, if one individual's stubborn resistance were enough to frustrate those entrusted with authority, the way of the world would change fundamentally, and not necessarily for the better. In the end, I'm not much more than the country's pet dog, and the Irisu bear exceptional influence with my master. I can't even bare my fangs against him. But here's what it comes down to. I want to keep Makina safe, even if it costs me my life. I don't give a damn about the national interest. On a very simple, very personal level, Irisu Makina is my first and absolute priority. I love you, Makina, more than anyone else in the world. I'm affirming my own feelings, that's all. The fact that I love you, that you're the one thing I should prioritize above all else. I I was just speaking those thoughts out loud to see if they rang true.
Oh, してその結果はいかに?
In terms of my personal feelings, there's nothing wrong with those words. Makina, you're definitely the most important thing in the world to me. However, as a wise man once said, there's no woman in the world more troublesome than your mother. It's a little hard to say this to our own daughter, but I don't think it's possible to phrase this both gently and accurately. I'm going to be frank here. Your mom's a sociopathic bitch. And despite this long, convoluted attempt at an excuse, when you get right down to it, I'm afraid of her.
それは、実の娘の私が言うのもなんだけど、私のお母さんは子供がそのまま大人になったような残酷な人だからビビっちゃうのもわかる話なのよ。
Wow. To be honest, I don't have the strength to confront your family head on. Given that there are only two possibilities, we can run and hide, or we can try to hold out and find a way to endure the one-sided abuse. To be honest, I can't bring myself to make that call. What do you want me to do? No, please tell me what I should do, Makina.
だからって私に聞かれても、私個人の都合でパパを振り回す結果になるのは目に見えているのに、何も言えないのよ。
This is the Kojima route? You wrote these shenanigans? Maybe. I see. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's all political and stuff. Alright, in that case, let's get a third opinion. We'll pretend like they're the ones who pushed us into this, and do whatever we want while blaming it on them. How's that sound?
極めて日本人的な責任転嫁なのよさ。さすがだよ。それでいこう。パパ超頭いいよ。
Really? No matter how skilled a soldier you may be, when you're unsure of the next move, don't try to muddle through it alone. Consult your superior officer. Battles are won and lost on the big picture level of strategy. No one man on the ground can see the whole board. Blundering ahead blindly, guided only by emotions or values, is a kind of criminal stupidity that invites disaster. When I was very young, the person who looked down on the board from above was always my sister. If I did as she told me, I could at least avoid the worst case scenario no matter what the situation. After my sister's death, the next person to watch the big picture for me was my master. Asuko's advice tended to be a little heavy on the brute force approach, sometimes to the point of excess. JB was an indispensable counterweight, leaning heavily in the opposite direction. Asako loved the high-risk, high-return play. JB strongly favored low-risk, low-return. Raised under their mutual guidance, they naturally began to weigh their opinions against each other, searching for the answer that felt correct for me. Today, Asuko is no longer around to offer one of those staggeringly drastic plans that always left you wondering if she'd even thought about the consequences. Even if I could consult with JB about this, she'd without a doubt recommend looking for a way to maintain the status quo. That's nothing more than a passing opinion of a woman focused on the way the winds are blowing. He's big bossing it up. Should we give in or resist? To break this sort of deadlock, you really do need someone who can provide a big picture perspective. Sakaki? Yep.
なぜ私のところへ来るのかしら?
Isn't it obvious? There aren't many people in this school even familiar with the circumstances, and despite the whole Neutral Observer Act, you're constantly giving us precise and timely advice.
だからって私にどうしろというの?
Literally be our scapegoat when it goes wrong. I don't expect you to do anything. Hell, look at it as standing in for a coin flip. Just casually call out heads or tails if you want. You understand the situation, right?
それでも結果はつきまとうわ。私が気楽に決めた結果で、あなたたちがどうなっても責任は取れないし、後悔もしたくはない。
Damn it, Yumiko.
他を渡ってちょう。
そんな冷たいことを言うなよ。他には相談できないの知ってるでしょ?
You're gonna be our scapegoat, Yumiko.
だからって、私だって困るのよ。そんなこと。
I understand we're asking a lot, but if I had to make an analogy, faced with the approach of an overwhelmingly powerful American army, do you continue fighting down to the last soldier? Or accept being branded a coward, swallow your tears, and return to help lay the cornerstones of your nation's long, painful rebirth? Even if you consult the non-com who's taken over your platoon after CO bit the dust, he'll just snarl, "The hell do I know? Make up your own damn mind," in response. Anything, you're better off making a field appointment in the absence of a true CO. Shout, "Corporal Kazami, you're the leader of this platoon." Then give him a temporary promotion to second lieutenant. The man can't help but stiffen his spine. However, even knowing full well that I'm being unreasonable, I want to ask you once more. What should I do, Commander Sakaki?
中隊長って
Yup. Best scapegoating.
注意だのお言葉をあなたがたった一言私たちに死ねと言ってくだされば
That's a little lower than what you just said.
私たちは何年でもこの島に立てこもり一兵でも多くの敵をほふりましょう
あのね、これは軍隊ごっこじゃないのよ。そんな大事なことを私の意見でどうにかしようというのがそもそもの間違いだわ。
It's actually the smartest decision.
あなたたち、私を神様か何かと勘違いしていない？
So you say, if you remove but a single character from the name Sakaki, you're left with the kanji for a god.
おお、うまいこと言うな
Oh! Sakaki, my friend. No, my god! Tell us what we should do. I beseech you.
ほら、お賽銭あげるのよさぜひご神託をゴッドゴッド
私に小銭を投げつけるのはやめなさい
There are no atheists in foxholes, as they say. The opponent's far, far more powerful than us. That reality is clearer than the sight of the bombers soaring overhead on their way to devastate the mainland. How meaningful would it be to barricade ourselves away in this island? Is dying and becoming a patriotic spirit really the only righteous choice? But survival gained by turning tail and fleeing is a shameful thing. Anyone with a shred of compassion for those left behind couldn't accept such a selfish path. The only easy way to resolve this is by sending Makina home to her family immediately. What awaits her there is death, in spirit if not body. If I were to flee with Makina in tow, those left behind in the school might very well suffer the consequences as well. In the worst case scenario, there's no guarantee they won't be taken as hostages. I understand that I'm being tested here, but it seems I'm a hopeless loser who can't make his own decisions when push comes to shove. Please help me, Sakaki.
よしこ
だからユミコを勝手にヨシコにするなと何度も言っているでしょう
Wow. Sorry about that. Kids these days feel the need to invent slang for everything they see. Try to let it slide.
だいたい答えはもう決まっているんでしょ。だったら好きにしたらいいじゃない。あなたたちは結局後始末を私に押し付けたいだけなのよ。違う？
You're not wrong. That's exactly how it is. I know we're being incredibly selfish. This might end up causing serious problems for you and the others. Even so, I want to protect Makina.
私の正直な意見を言っても構わない？
Go ahead.
この学園ではある程度の安全が保障されているとはいえ、イリスさんが標的になっている以上、イリスさん本人はもちろんのこと、他の学園生においても保護はしきれないというのが現状よ。同じ学び屋で席を並べた友を放り出すのは私としても忍びないところではあるけれども、学園経営者の娘としては苦渋の決断をせざるを得ない。イリス・マキナさん、あなたを当学園から除籍します。
Oh, snap.
除籍
In other words,
休学でも退学でもなく除籍。つまり書類上はイリス・マキナはこの学園にはいなかったということになるわ。
oh, look at that. See, erasing every document with the name Irisu Makina on it is probably only prudent under the circumstances. Which would mean me as well?
ええ、あなたもよ。風見雄二なんて学生、うちにはいなかった。それでいいのでしょ？学園長や他の子たちには私から説明しておくわ。
Oh, because that's great, because Sakaki has the standing where she could be like, they're a liability that's endangering this school. They're gone. Don't exist anymore. And then someone comes and asks, where'd they go? She'd be like, who?
海ちゃん
Sorry for the hassle.
いいのよ。逆に言えばそれぐらいしかしてあげられないのが私なのだから。
That's literally doing everything in your power, Sakaki. Oh my god. She's God? She is God. Alright, Makina, since that's decided, want to run away with me?
逃げよう地の果てまでも
Sakaki's right, of course. Whatever I might have said, the truth is I'd already made up my mind. Snap of the Urus's fingers is enough to leave people dead. It can't be persuaded or negotiated with. Sitting here would leave me grinding my teeth impotently. If If I curl into a ball and wait for the hurricane to pass, I'll ultimately be forced to kill Makina with my own hands. Given a choice between killing her and running away, I naturally choose the latter. But disappearing into the night without a word would be agonizing. Knowing that those we're leaving behind might as well face unjust suffering, I simply couldn't bring myself to do what had to be done. And now Sakaki's agreed to assume the role of protecting this school from the consequences of our actions. Sakaki, thank you. I can run away with a clean conscience.
Yumi-chan, 私からもありがとう。
私は厄介者を追い出しただけよ。お礼を言われるようなことは何もしていないわ。まあ、すべての方がついたら、またこの学園へ戻っていらっしゃい。除籍とはいえ、再入学はいつでも歓迎するから。
Look at this! Look at this! Apparently overcoming emotion at Sakaki's unexpected warm words, Makina spreads out her arms like a bird flapping its wings. Taking advantage of the momentary distraction this provides, she proceeds to barrel forward into Sakaki's bosom. Closing to a grappling range with the exemplary slide dash before her target can even begin to evade, Makina twines her legs tightly around Sakaki's knees, cutting off any possibility of retreat. Oh no! Makina forces her lips against those of her immobilized prey. The girl's not playing around either. When this passionate kiss, accompanied by the faint clacking of teeth against teeth, sends something like the essence of female friendship. A profoundly moving spectacle brings a tear to my eye. After a while, Sakaki seems to grow somewhat agitated, releasing her grasp on Makina to thump on the girl's back like a martial artist signaling surrender. Dead! But the situation seems to be developing further. Sakaki slapping against Makina's back becomes progressively weaker. The muffled grunts leaking out of the corner of her mouth grow sweet in tone. Looks like you stepped up your game once again, Makina. Taking in this radiant scene of womanly affection and noting with approval the maturation of my favorite pupil, hold my arms in front of my chest and nod deeply in satisfaction. Perhaps running out of breath at last, Makina releases Sakaki from her grasp, then sucks down a great lungful of air. Well, in Mihama Academy, loli lose you. Hey, Sakaki. I hadn't managed to say goodbye yet. Okay? Don't ask me. Perhaps the effectiveness of your technique flustered her. Who knows? She made a good show of being angry, but for all we know, she's gone off to pleasure herself to the memory. Not good! Run, Makina! As a blunt projectile shatters noisily against the floor behind us, Makina and I flee at a sprint. You know, Makina, we have to say goodbye to this school now. Are you really alright with that?
気にしてるのかなーって。そんな風に思われたままいなくなりたいよ。
It's fine. You won't die. I won't let you. It's nothing to worry about.
ありがとう、パパ。
Now that we've decided to move, there's no reason to drag our feet. Sometimes a single minute's vacillation can prove fatal. Therefore, we're going to leave this place immediately. Give you 30 minutes. Tend to your affairs and gather your belongings within that time. Then regroup here. Understood? None of that BS sexual tension in the Amine route? No, this is straight on. Makina just launched herself Sakaki. It's true. Better than 40 seconds, right? Get a move on. The clock's already ticking. After watching the girl patter up upstairs, I begin my own preparations for departure. That said, my personal luggage is pretty damn minimal. All I've got is a single oversized backpack I lugged here from Yamanashi. And even that's only halfway unpacked. Won't be taking any of the additional household goods I purchased after my arrival at the school. Easy enough to buy new ones if they become necessary. The only things I really need for daily life in the short term are my tableware and portable stove. Cramming these into my backpack takes all of 5 minutes. Pause briefly to debate over what I should do with some half-read books Sakaki lent me. Since I probably won't have many chances to come return them, it'd be best to leave them here. If I really feel the need to finish reading one of them, I could just purchase my own copy. Well then. Since I finished packing nice and early, I have some time to think about what comes next. When you're on the run, a city is the ideal choice. The more densely populated, the better. Human beings have a natural tendency to hide out in some quiet little rural town in the middle of nowhere. That's a serious mistake. The only people who think the country is full of kind-hearted folk living tranquil lives are city dwellers who've never been there. In reality, your typical village is a den of insular, malicious, and narrow-minded people, full of petty pride and obsessed with appearances. The countryside's a hell of a lot scarier than any city. And naturally, it's all the more cold and hostile a place for a complete stranger that the locals bear no social obligations or debts of gratitude to. When I was a kid, my mother and I learned that lesson the hard way. Anyway, I'm going to try and hide out somewhere. Ideally, it should be a place neither Makina and I have even visited before. Few people being chased by their enemy take refuge in a place they're totally unfamiliar with. Pursuers naturally start by searching the areas where the fugitive would have a home field advantage. Mom and I had known that back in the day, our lives might have turned out slightly better than they did. Thought does inspire some bitterness. There's not exactly anything to be done about that now. Only shake my head firmly and put it out of my mind. That's true, guys, just so you know. If you ever want to like blend in, like a city that's heavily populated where, you know, people don't really associate themselves on like that personal of a level, like you're just another face in the crowd for a lot of those people, and you'll be able to coast on by pretty easily. Being an outcast in a small town, worst. Everyone talks in a small town, or everyone may talk in a small town. You'll find out pretty quickly where you are. So if we're running somewhere, I guess the city would be best. When you're hiding a tree, do it in the forest. It's always dark at the foot of the lighthouse. Yeah, there's a reason those proverbs have been passed down all this time. People pour in and out constantly. The residents are apathetic enough not to glance over at the next toilet stall. That's a city for you. However, massive crowds do have their downside. Although it'll be harder to find us, it'll also become more difficult for us to notice the movements of our enemies. It wouldn't be so bad if we just had the competing factions within Yurusu to worry about. I doubt we're going to get off that easy. My employer, Ichigaya, isn't going to sit back and let me leave. And if Akasaka moves, there's a possibility our friends in the NSA and CSS may get involved as well. However, like the old joke goes, if you're in town on the weekend and notice a Caucasian in golf clothes, leather shoes, and a pair of sunglasses, assume they're CIA. In other words, there are certainly ways to recognize those sorts of people. A thoroughly trained agent in their element is obvious at a glance. You can tell a CIA man when he's standing, a CSS man when he's sitting, and an NSA man when he's walking. Considering the possibility of their involvement, it'd probably be best to avoid yuppie-infested areas of the city where business suits are common, in favor of neighborhoods overflowing with flashy young people. A place where punk kids loiter around at all hours would be ideal. Anybody walking in as a straight line in that sort of crowd would stand out like a sore thumb. Well, then guess about time. Glance back at the clock. Just about 25 minutes have passed since Makina and I split up. Giving the rucksack containing everything I own onto my backpack, leave my room and shut the door behind me.
あれ、ユージ、あんた何その荷物？どっか行くの？
Yeah, I think you might have a rough idea of the circumstance already, but Makina is in some real danger right now. Two of us are going to be hiding out for a while.
へえ、そうなんだ。どっか行き先の当てでもあるの？
No, nothing like that. Even if we did, it wouldn't be a good idea to use it.
なんか大変そうね。私に手伝えることってなんかある？
It's literally a Metal Gear plot now, basically. Well, let's see. It's like a board movie too. If you have any let's see. If you have any cash on hand, a little farewell donation would be helpful.
急に言われてもな。
Although Michiru grimaces a little, she nonetheless retrieves her wallet from her pouch and takes a look inside.
ごめん、2000円しかない。
That's plenty. Thanks. I'll make careful use of it. By the way, Michiru.
何よ。
You're not really acting all that surprised, are you?
まあね。由美子からそれとなく事情は説明されたし、私たちにはどうすることもできないし、むしろ下手に関わろうとしない方があんたたちの助けになるって本当なの？
Yeah, exactly right. There's nothing you can do, and if you stuck your head in anyway, you might well end up becoming collateral damage. However, as long as you're in this school, it seems Sakaki's going to keep you safe. You can just forget about us and go on living normally.
全部型がついたら戻ってくるんでしょ？
Can't promise that, but I'll definitely try.
別にあんたなんてどうなってもいいけど、マキナだけはちゃんと守りなさいよね。私こう見えてもあの子のこと結構気に入ってんだから。
Yeah, I'll promise you that. No matter what happens, I'll protect Makina above all else. You can trust me on this one.
嘘よ。
What?
あんたのことはどうでもいいって言ったの。嘘。あんたもちゃんと帰ってくんのよ。
Don't think I'm particularly hard of hearing, but I didn't quite catch that. Mind repeating yourself one more time?
もううっさいわね。さっきの2000円あげたんじゃなくて貸したんだからね。勘違いすんじゃないわよ。ちゃんと返しに来なさいよね。わかったの？わかったら返事しなさい。
Look, you don't have to scream. I can hear you fine. Get it. I mean, do you just want the 20,000 yen back right now, or what?
返すんじゃないわよ。
何喧嘩してんのよさ。
Oh, hey there, Makina. Ready to leave?
ザリガニも中庭の池に返してきたし、荷物も持ったよ。
ってあんたたちもう行っちゃうの？っていうかマキナ、あんた荷物ってそんだけ？そのカバンの中何が入ってるのよ？
おやつとお財布と、あとは替えのパンツ。
Very important. Always have a change of underwear.
パンツってそんだけ？
足りないものがあれば買えばいいし、余計なものを持っても邪魔なだけなのよ。
Makina's fully trained already. A wise attitude.
マキちゃんは入院慣れしてるから荷物が少ないのにも慣れてるもんね。あ、サチ。マキちゃん、これさっき預かったリンゴの苗だけど、やっぱり私は受け取れないよ。これはマキちゃんが持っていって。
でも
マキちゃんがいつか安住の地を見つけたらそこに植えるといいよ。実がなる頃にはきっと全部片付いてるからね。
See, one of those seedling of hope deals.
はい、いつかきっとみんなで笑いながらリンゴを食べられたらいいなってそう思うんです。
It'll be the fruit of Grisaia. I'm sorry. Makina, why don't you take it?
わかった。じゃあいつかきっとみんなでリンゴ食べようね。
楽しみにしてるね。ねえ、ちょっと本当に行っちゃうの？今すぐ？
Not to worry, we'll meet again.
はい、お二人の武運長久をお祈りしています。
Thanks, Sachi.
ちょっと待ったー！
Oh, it's mom. Amane?
ちょいとお待ちよ、お前さんたち。
Oh, this is a new song. It sounds like.
マキナ、あんたこれ持っていきなさいな。ホームベーカリー。
The bread maker?
でもこれいいの？
これさえあればいつでもパンが焼けるでしょ。
No, that might work. This thing's going to be a bit of a burden.
うるさいわね。あんた男の子なんだからこれぐらいの荷物増えたって平気でしょ。あんたが背負っていけばいいじゃないのよ。
Theme of mom? Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
あとこれあり合わせだけどお弁当詰めたからお昼になったら食べなさいね。
Damn, mom game strong, Amane.
マキナの好きなタケノコとレンコンとサヤエンドウの煮たのも入ってるから。
ありがとうなのよ。
あとあんた部屋に携帯電話忘れてたわよ。これがなかったら電話できないじゃない。
それはわざと置いてきたのよさ。
え、なんで？
We're not going on a vacation, you know? You like carrying around a convenient little homing device everywhere we go.
そっか。あまねさんは心配性ですね。だってそういうさっちゃんは心配じゃないの？
What is this like this Mihama Academy Unified Front that we're starting? Alright, we're gonna make sure the two rebels escape.
はい、私はマキちゃんも風見さんもちゃんと無事に帰ってくるって信じていますから。信じてるってだけで確証なんかないんでしょ？確かにそうです。でも私が信じているということをお二人に伝えました。それで十分ではないですか？
Damn, it's pretty heavy emotions that make you want to live.
どういうことよ？例えばお二人が辛い状況にあって諦めてしまいそうになった時、信じて待っている人がいると思い出すことができれば、それが立ち上がる力になるかもしれません。信じるだけというのはいかにも無責任なように思えますが、信じるってそういう力があると私は思います。
サチ。
You're strong, Sachi.
分かった。だったら私も信じて待ってるから。
Code Makina.
私だって信じてあげてもいいのよ。っていうか信じるわよ。はい？どうにも最近のみちる様は語尾が不明瞭でいけませんね。もっと大きな声で元気よくおっしゃっていただけますか？ああ、もう分かったわよ。大きな声で言えばいいんでしょ。信じるわよ。それでいい？
チルチルがちゃんとツンデレしてる。長生きはするものなのよさ。
Yeah, she's been pretty terrible about it.
そうそう、人間長生きはするものだよ、マキちゃん。ですからマキちゃんも風見さんも必ず帰ってくると約束してください。
Don't worry, we'll get the good ending first. But that's
嘘でもいいですからお願いします。そしてその言葉を信じて待っている者がここにいるとご記憶に留めていただきたく思います。
Man, that's an extra bag that Eugene didn't plan to carry with him, but he's going to. Understood. We'll be back. Maki and I both.
はい、お待ちしております。約束だからね。絶対帰ってくるのよ。いい？
Defy the government, man. Yeah, it's a promise.
マキナ、あんたもちゃんと戻ってくるのよ。いい？
ありがとう、チルチル。ありがとう、みんな。
Let's go, Makina. The The forceful nod, Makina snaps her slipper-clad heels smartly together, squeezes her hands into fists. Standing at attention, she turns her gaze around the room, taking in the face of her friends one by one. Lowering her head about 10 degrees, the girl offers a salute worthy of a professional. She turns around and walks off without another word. There's a possibility we'll never see any of them again. Are you really alright with this quick of a farewell? Yeah, that's right. Guaranteed. Well, she's a bit of a special case, I suppose. Look up at the roof of the school. After briefly squinting up at the distant building, Makina retrieves her scope from her bag, then presses the rubber cup to her eye. Must be her way of sending us off. I see, so she went with this approach, huh? I was expecting something of the sort. Although I picture her leaning against the wall at the end of the platform, watching in silence as her train rolled away. Don't say that. Pulls it off pretty well, doesn't she? Why don't you hit her with a little swagger of your own? Wait, do you two really get along that well? While our exit scene was a bit of on the haphazard side, with this Makina and I have taken our leave of Mihama Academy. Should have been a CG? Yeah, that would have been great. Not running away in defeat, but rather falling back to fight another day. Still, when I think rationally about the odds of us ever returning to this place, it's hard to help feeling more than a little glum as well. When I glanced down at Makina, expecting to find some form of sorrow distorting her face after our abrupt departure, so I was surprised to find she doesn't look particularly discouraged, let alone teary-eyed. If anything, bright and optimistic expression reminds me of a young girl heading out to the zoo hand in hand with her father. The attitude's clearly only possible because of Makina's genuine trust in me, so I don't particularly feel the need to remind her this isn't a game. There's no need to share my burden with her. From this point on, things get a little murky. Roughly decide that we'll be concealing ourselves within the city. The specific area and details of how we'll be getting there are still up in the air. In any case, we've only just taken the first step on our somewhat contradictory attempt at bold and determined retreat. It's definitely nice that we were able to rush out of Mihama without leaving any ill will or regrets in our wake. Now we have to face the real problems. First hurdle we need to clear is arranging a method of transportation. It wouldn't be that problematic if I was alone, but with Makina tagging along, it's the ancient wolf-with cub dilemma. The range we can reasonably expect to cover on foot is severely limited. I did consider asking Amine to loan us a vehicle. If at all possible, I don't want to risk dragging her into this. Material aiding and abetting would be more than enough to land her deep in hot water. In the first place, hurrying to a crowded place where we can blend in by zipping along all by ourselves on a conspicuous motorcycle would be the definition of cart before the horse. Since we have nothing whatsoever in the way of support, it's painfully clear that avoiding the watchful gaze of the end system and street cameras would be a major challenge. Using public transportation such as buses or trains would be the ideal countermeasure, so the other passengers will become human shields and camouflage. Which leaves us with the thorny problem of slipping past the surveillance camped out around the train station, but the black motorcycle from the other day is nowhere to be found, and in his place... Hey Makina, sorry, but can you head up to the platform first and wait for me? Don't worry, I'll be there soon, but if I don't show up within 30 minutes, head for the place written on this piece of paper. You can handle that, right? Don't make that face. I don't want to make you act on your own right off the bat either. But even I have a few obligations I can't just walk away from. Here, I'll give you the money I scammed off Michiro earlier. Get yourself a box lunch while you wait or something. The money we scammed off Michiro. Ice cream comes after the meal. I'll buy it for you later, so just be patient. Yep. Right where the surveillance operative's black motorcycle was parked the other day, there's an exceptionally eye-catching bright yellow sports car. There's only one person who'd be parking a gaudy thing like that around here. It's JB. Not as if you're going to stop talking if I say no, right? Beginning the conversation with a heavy sigh and the words, "I knew it'd come to this," JB cricks her neck back and forth in a familiar gesture of exasperation. Well, I more or less assumed she'd see through me. I had been prepared for the possibility she'd get in touch somehow once we took action, but have to admit, I didn't expect her to clear the area for a face-to-face meeting like this. Not really, and if I did, I couldn't exactly tell you about it. As well as you're well aware, JB. I like to think I understand you almost as well as you understand me. Can't betray Ichigaya, can you? I know that you're incapable of sacrificing the large for the small. You believe in prioritizing the big picture, and you've lived by that principle all this time. If you chose to betray the organization for our sake here and now, all those small things you've sacrificed up to this point would have died in vain. Can't possibly do that. Even if you could, I wouldn't ask you to. No, don't shoot. JB's like JB's giving us like our final warning, and she's saying you're gonna become an enemy.
And
what happens then? You plan to re-educate me? Or maybe arrange a summary execution? Well, I'm just an unusually high-priced piece of disposable equipment, so I suppose that'd be fitting enough. What happens to Makina? If you hand her over to her family, she'll be killed. Am I wrong? If I'm going to be put down in the end anyway, I'll use the rest of my life for Makina's sake. Yeah, that's another thing I don't understand. Why go that far? Talking about Makina here, you know? Perfectly commonplace, slightly dim-witted girl with some awkward family circumstances. What meaning is there in killing one insignificant woman like that? Why would the nation itself fixate on her like this? Sorry, you don't have to answer that. I already openly declared my intention to become a traitor. So by coming to meet me like this, JB's already placed herself in a significantly unfavorable position. Especially given that she's my direct superior and case officer. If the cards fall badly, it's entirely plausible to imagine her being taken into custody herself. I thought leaving quietly would be an act of courtesy toward you. That way you could just be the dumb blonde who didn't see any of this coming. Tell me something, JB. If you knew what I was going to do, then why are you here?
So ne. ちゃんとお互いに顔を見て話し合えば、あなたを説得できる。そんな風に甘く考えていたのかもしれないわね。
Even if JB can't betray Ichigaya, she still wanted to save Yuji. Because it's something that she can't really do, that Asuko probably would have found a way to. I think that's why. So you've given up on trying to persuade me?
おっぱい触らせてあげるって言ったら、諦める？
Let me think that one over.
考えるんだ。でも考えるだけよね。結局結論は変わらない。初志貫徹ってわけじゃないけど、一度こうだと決めたら絶対にブレない、諦めない。そういう強情なところは師匠譲りかしらね。
I'd say I got it from my big sister actually. Kazuki always said to live every day picturing myself 10 years in the future. And if I were to abandon the girl now, even in 10 years, I'd probably be a miserable piece of trash, unable to even raise my head in front of Makina's grave. I won't take that path.
その結果、自分が命を落とすことになっても
Yeah, I can't blame her for trying, it's true. Dying for the woman you fell in love with strikes me as a pretty damn good way to go.
それは残された女の気持ちを考えない男の身勝手よ。
My master taught me, you're not a man until you find something that matters more to you than your own life.
朝子を盾にすれば、私が何でも納得すると思ったら大間違いよ。
Oh yeah? Well, if you think thrusting your breast out is going to make me listen, you're even more mistaken.
あら、じゃあいらないの？おっぱい。
I didn't say that.
ひどい会話ね。自分がここへ何しに来たのか忘れそうだわ。
Go ahead, forget it entirely, then turn around and go home.
冷たいのね。
Sorry.
謝らないでよ。あなたを責めるために来たわけじゃないわ。
Well, you don't appear to be armed, so I suppose you won't be trying to convince me at gunpoint either. In which case, I think we're done here.
どうせ私が何を言ったって無駄でしょ。朝子もユージもいつだってそうだった。それでももう一度だけ警告するわ。やめておきなさい。今逃げればあなたもマキナも必ず死ぬ。このまま逃げ回っていればいつかはイリスケも諦めると思っているのならそれは間違いよ。
What do you mean?
これは私が独自に調べた情報だし、あまり確実とは言えないソースからの情報なのだけれど、先日の夜イリス・マキナからイリス・キヨカに電話があったそうよ。
That's right. The day the bakery was set on fire. Returning to the dorm in tears that night, Makina definitely said she was going to call her mother, but I never heard the details.
その時の電話でマキナはもうこれ以上私に関わらないでほしい。これ以上の干渉が続くようであれば過去の汚職の事実を暴露すると。
And there's the puzzle piece that falls into place. I was like, what if Makina knew about the corruption in my head? And basically she said she does.
母親を相手に逆に脅しをかけたらしいわ。
Oh, I see. That would explain this abrupt assassination plan, wouldn't it?
そういうこと。
Push Irisu Masataka into an early grave to protect themselves. Now they're going to do the same to his daughter.
イリス・マキナの記憶力はあなたも知っているでしょ。
Oh.
彼女は幼い頃、父親の書斎で偶然に見かけた汚職関連の資料の内容を未だに覚えているみたいね。電話口で母親に向かって当時の資料をそらんじて聞かせたらしいわ。具体的な数字や取引相手の企業の名前が判明してしまえば、あとは少し調べるだけでもボロボロと不正が発覚してしまう。
Well, literally, Makina is a Makina is literally walking evidence.
マキナが生きている限り安心はできない。いつどこから情報が漏れるともしれない。それを恐れたイリスケはマキナの暗殺に踏み切ったというわけよ。
But how did that job end up coming to me? Shigaya, Akasaka, even Kasumigasaki approved this assassination. I don't understand why.
それだけイリス一族の力が国政にも深く根付いているということよ。下手に逆らったところで誰も得をしない。
Okay, that makes sense. Friendship's one thing, but your wallet's another, huh? Makes you want to vomit. First place, since you know our secrets, we can't let you live. Are these people capitalists or gangsters? I mean, I'm not completely naive about the workings of the world. You asked me to name a few righteous, ethically sound organizations. All I could do is stand there scratching my head like an idiot. I understand how things are. But an organization that kills children to prop itself up, it's one thing I don't ever even want to understand. An organization that needs to go that far to keep itself standing should just collapse.
あなた一人でイリスケを滅ぼすというの？無理よ。このままではあなたも始末の対象になる。
I knew that from the start. If you can't live without taking human lives, then take them. Those are just the rules of the game. Nothing to trouble your conscience over. But if you're coming to take someone's life, go and prepare to lose your own instead. I won't hesitate to kill.
そんなことあなたにできるの？
Wrong question. It's the only thing I'm capable of. There's nothing else I can do to help her. Maybe that makes me a bad guy, but even so, I made my decision. For Makina's sake, I'll sink as low as I have to. However many you send, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all. I'll keep on killing for years on end, if need be. Even if they send you, JB.
嫌な目ね。ドロドロに濁って どんどん色が抜けていく。
Hey, how's it going, Code? See you, Code? It's like in and out.
出会ったばかりの頃、病院のベッドの上で見たあの頃のあなたの目だわ。
Well, maybe this is just my true nature. Don't resist orders from above. Don't doubt. Don't think. Just obey. Keep what you really think buried safely away. Maintain the facade, and you'll trudge through life without problems. What's the point of an existence like that? After Asako died, I lost my purpose. Now I found Makina, and my life has meaning again. Won't let anyone take that away.
あなたにとってあの子はそれだけの価値があると？
What can I say? Seems like caring about someone can really sneak up on you little by little. No politics, King. That is too close to current events, so no politics. From the moment they're born, human beings are given something to protect. And I'm gonna put this right now, guys. Like, realistically, if you don't understand how a Zaibatsu works, it's a very different machine than anything you've ever experienced. So yeah, namely their own existence. The most precious thing we have, the possession we should treasure above all else, is our life. But through the passage of time, our priorities grow more complicated. Often we find something that matters even more than ourselves. For example, our families. For example, our motherland. While a few people probably grow up still treasuring their own lives above all else, even they fight to protect the things they need to protect themselves. As human beings live, they naturally find more things to protect. And when they find something more precious than their own lives, something they would throw away everything else to protect, people undergo a change. Even if it leaves them broken or miserable or poor, yet at the cost of their dignity and pride. Even to the point of foolishness, they struggle for the sake of that something. Basically, Tekken? Yeah. There you go. Much better reference. Tekken, game-related, relatable. Keeping it safe becomes their only joy. The only way they can keep themselves whole. So they toss aside anything that gets in their way. Take any measures necessary. Protect it with everything they have. I'm afraid of change, but I want to change. That contradiction is part of me, but I won't let it paralyze me. I'll walk forward step by painful step. JB, you understand, right? I don't value my life particularly high. I'm alright with dying whenever and wherever. Hell, it could have happened a dozen times by now on the job. If I'm going to croak one way or the other, I want a death that has some meaning. I want a reason to look back and say I lived for something. Probably not. Probably won't get to throw Makina's mom in the volcano. I played that role for Asako, and now Makina's taking it on for me. People like us can't live any other way. And I think it's probably the only way we can die too.
バカよ。あなたも、Asakoも。
You don't have to tell me that. I'm well aware. I was born stupid and a coward to boot. Nothing to be done about it now. As the conversation comes to a pause, I glance down at the watch on my left wrist. It's time. I'm leaving now. Better get back to work yourself, JB.
待って、ユージ。
What now?
あなた、その格好のまま逃げる気？
With those words, JB retrieves her wallet from her breast pocket, takes out a few 10,000 yen bills from inside.
服を買いなさい。制服のまま人を殺さないで。それと、女性に対するマナーの本でも買いなさい。
Want to throw someone in a volcano? No, man. Don't throw people into volcanoes. That's usually not the way people end lives. Sorry, and thank you, Julia.
こんな時ばっかりジュリアって呼ばないで。私のことなんて便利な女としか思ってないくせに。ムカつくのよ、あなた。勝手にどこへでも行けばいいじゃない。もう知らないんだから。知らないんだから。バカ。
I understand. My bad. Made her cry, huh? Come to think of it, seems like I'm always bringing JB to tears. But with all the orders I've ignored, not to mention the insubordination and rule breaking. But this time they must taste much more bitter than ever before. After Asako died and I began to stubbornly refuse any order to kill, it's JB who supported and protected me. Repaid her with outright betrayal. Aww. For leaving JB behind and going up to the station platform, find Makina seated on a bench munching away on a cheap meat dumpling lunch. That looks tasty. Yeah, I'll take it. I received the box from Makina and tried to untie the string and cross over to the top. Notice how my fingers are shaking. The hell? No, it's nothing. If at all possible, I don't want to kill anyone. If I don't, we'll both die. I knew that from the start, of course. But now I've declared it outright to JB, I guess the unavoidable reality of the situation finally sank in. Not particularly afraid of dying. Not that attached to my life. But right now, I have someone who I need to protect at any cost. Failure is no longer an option. My hands won't stop trembling. You don't have anything to apologize for. This is how it has to be. I don't know any other way of life. Anything, I'm grateful to you. You and I might have met each other just in the nick of time. I needed Makina, and Makina needed me. Looking back on it now, this outcome might have been inevitable from the moment I met her. Even though there's 4 other routes. This girl might have been waiting in that school for me, waiting to offer me one final chance. I really, truly am grateful. This is pretty good stuff, isn't it? I don't regret a thing. From a local train at Mishima Cape, we switched to an express after 2 stops. 4 stations later, we get on another local heading in the opposite direction, only to disembark at the first stop to catch a semi-express. Riding that all the way into Shinjuku, we cut through the maze-like subterranean tunnels towards Shinjuku Sancho Station, where we switch to the subway. Oh, yo! I know Shinjuku! Continuing a number of similar feints as I keep a watchful eye out for possible pursuers, we finish a quick shopping trip at a hardware store and pharmacy, to finally make our way to a certain neighborhood. Yeah, I guess you would be. Exhaustion dulls your capacity for judgment. No point in walking ourselves ragged. No matter how many feints you make, it only takes one moment of bad luck to be discovered. You get to the point of diminishing returns after a while. Making ourselves hard to track is about all we can hope for. Alright then, let's go somewhere we can relax. Discreet lodging facilities are surprisingly easy to find almost anywhere. Especially in parts of town frequented by young people, you'll find plenty of fashion hotels. Of course, if you want some tidy looking place right on the main street, you're going to be running up a decent bill fast. Unless you're bound and determined to stay in some amusement park room with a rotating bed, one of those old-fashioned hotels dating from the pre-war era is just fine. The walls tend to be thin, but that means you can't miss anyone breaking in. For some strange reason, this kind of cheap old hotel, always without fail, managed by a half-deaf old bat. Is always without fail management. Okay. Took a good deal of effort just to get across what we wanted, but the old lady didn't even bat an eyelid when 2 of her customers started fighting loudly. Just sort of indifference we were looking for. In any case, let's double check our luggage and the stuff we bought on the way, then take a breather. Lower my personal baggage in the bread making machine I'm going to foist on me onto the floor of our little room. Always nice to get a little weight off your shoulders. Guess we'll start by emptying out the backpack, then move on to reviewing the supplementary items we picked up on the way here. Before I can begin, a voice comes flooding into the room from the other side of one paper-thin wall. Well, the place is what it is, so I guess we can't really complain. Sure there's an animal involved, technically speaking. What? Sounds like mooing to me. Must be cattle. They're watching a show about cattle. The word's pronounced new, actually. That's some strange noises coming from the adjacent room. Someone enjoying themselves in the room over, I see? Well. Well, hey, don't kick the walls, they're thin. Who the hell is Eugene supposed to be? This exceptionally boisterous rat motel should make for a good temporary base of operations. For one thing, it's completely incompatible with the gloomy pathos that so often comes with being on the run. And although I've been planning to set about establishing early warning measures against intruders, it doesn't seem like that's going to be strictly necessary. Once the show in the next room comes to an end, there's almost complete silence. And the usual noise of the city doesn't reach us here. On top of which, this building seems to have been standing since before the war, judging by its noticeable state of deterioration. The whole structure creaks and groans audibly just from people walking down the avenue outside, so the building itself is basically its own intruder alarm. Got 3 entrances and exits, front, back, and emergency. But outside the back, there's a grizzled old Shiba dog tied up that growls and barks every time someone draws near, presumably the old lady's pet. Although it's definitely getting on in years, the animal seems to be a dedicated veteran with a long history of service guarding the back gate. Whether it's lovebirds sneaking around in hopes of a free stay, or suspicious characters from the Yakuza offices lingering about, the Shiba watchdog barks persistently at all who approach as if trying to wear out its own throat. That voice possesses the dignity of a proud and trustworthy professional. As for the emergency exit, you have to scratch your head at this one. Even though it's supposed to be the residents' escape route in case of trouble, the thing doesn't open. Someone from the fire department does seem to have stopped by for a lecture, since there's a green light at the end of the hallway indicating the exit. The door itself just won't budge. Completely befuddled, I circle around the outside of the building to take a look, only to discover a presumably abandoned bicycle rusted to a brilliant red wedge between the emergency exit and the building next door. Doesn't matter how hard you push from the inside, this thing isn't going to open. If you try to remove this obstacle from the outside, you make a hell of a lot of noise doing it. Not exactly an ideal situation from a safety code standpoint. This would pose a minor but aggravating problem for our intruders. I decide to leave it as is. Finally, there's the front entrance. 5 square meter space you come into immediately on entering the building is the manager's office and reception area all in one. The extent of the security here is the half-deaf old lady herself, sitting behind her desk watching period dramas and decades-old suspense serials. Not much sign she's even trying to keep an eye on things. A few minutes into my observation, she abruptly pushed herself to her feet with a grunt of whoopsie daisy, opens the door of the manager's office and wanders out into the street. Spent 15 minutes wondering what's so important that the woman left her building completely unattended, at which point she returns with a box of cigarettes in her hand. Seems she's hobbled down to the local liquor store to get herself some smokes. I think it's safe to conclude her management of the premises is somewhat on the perfunctory side. Well, better than no one at all, probably. Just to be on the safe side, I decided to install a single motion detecting security light I purchased at the hardware store under the eaves at the front of the building. The old lady accepts this easily enough. She's apparently deeply impressed to learn that in our convenient modern world, mere 3,200 yen can buy you a light that flips on automatically when people approach. After a thorough secondary check on the surrounding area, including potential nearby sniping spots, I turned to find Makina already quietly asleep on top of her futon. Not surprising that she'd be tired out after all that walking and switching trains we did today. The girl didn't even bother to change first, she's curled up in her clothes. Hey Makina, at least get undressed before you go to sleep. Amane's not here. What a pain in the ass. Well, maybe it's not that big a deal under the circumstances. If anything, save her the need to pull her clothes on in a panic in the event of a raid. Guess we could just go to bed like this for today. Come on, Makina, move over a little. I can't get in. Don't say nyo, kid. Given the layout of this room, it's more convenient if we sleep in one place. Sleep time. From now on, we'll be living every day listening as the enemy's footsteps approach from behind. No guarantee we'll even be alive tomorrow. The easy, peaceful life we enjoyed only a few days ago is over now. Why are they so determined to torment this girl? My head hurts. Damn head really hurts. More dots. What?
ああ、知っ 態だね。これは大失態だよ、ハルデラ君。まさか君が飼い犬に手を噛まれるとはね。
Damn.
申し訳ありません。
勇敢である君には随分と目をかけてきたつもりだし、私もそれなりの便宜を図ったつもりだったが、これは私に見る目がなかったということなのかな。
いえ、決してそのようなことは。
でもさ、君実際逃げちゃったんだろ、9029号がさ。そやね、9029は特別な番号だ。過去の経歴を含め君に一任するのがベストだと思っていたさ。何せ君はあの命令無視の常習犯だった日下部麻子をコントロールできる唯一の人間だったんだからね。
Damn.
それがどうだい、今回のこのざまは。首輪を引きちぎって逃げたって言うならまだいいさ。どうせ名簿には乗っちゃいない男だ。こっそりと処分してしまえばいいだけの話だ。だが安泰を連れて逃げたとなれば、そりゃ話は別だよ君。これはもう命令無視なんて話じゃない。国家反逆罪だよ。どう責任を取るつもりなのかね。
申し訳ありません。
ハルデラ君、君ね。私は別に謝ってもらいたくてこんなことを言ってるわけじゃないんだよ。
And this guy's like laying it in.
は
あ、ハートはなんだね、ハートは。まったく冗談じゃないよ。小から小になってやっとオフィスの看板を掲げられるようになったかと思えばこの不始末だ。
Well, that sucks.
君ね、うちはただでさえ外資と煙たがられているってのに、これ以上私の立場を悪くしないでくれよ。休日に子供とも遊ばずに勉強して、私がどんな思いで赤絨毯の個室を手に入れたと思っているのかね。
知らないわよ。
何か言ったかね。
いえ、空耳か被害妄想ではありませんか。
Oh.
とにかくだ、9029号の立ち寄り先の予想リストをすぐに用意してくれたまえ。
That's the easy part.
ですから先ほど説明させていただいた通り、9029号が逃亡した場合、一度でも足を踏み入れた場所は避けるはずです。
Just have to make a show, man.
過去に9029号が住んでいた場所や任務で訪れた場所を除外したリストは提出済みです。それとこれはあくまでも勘の域を出ない推測ですが、
Oh man, JB's gonna be the toughest foe to elude.
9029号はかなりの高確率で都内に、それもここからそう遠くない場所に潜伏していると思われます。
ああ、それは飼い主としての直感かね。一応君の言う通りに二種装備の捜査官を待機させてはいるが、漠然と都内と言われてもだね。
Ironically, Yuji's literally in Shinjuku as well.
クローバー12より緊急、内容29を発見、現在追尾中。
場所は
港区新橋2丁目、烏森神社方面から汐留方面へ向けて徒歩で移動中。
That's false.
服装は黒のスーツに青系のネクタイ、手荷物の類は所持認められず、指示を求めております。
Doesn't sound like
安
it.
泰はイリス・マキナは一緒にいるのか。
いえ、単独です。
よし、確保だ。
いえ、ダメですよ。そのまま尾行を続けさせてください。ここは下手に刺激せずに、新宿と渋谷の実動を応援に回して潜伏先を突き止める方が先決です。
Got to find a target, right?
確保して尋問すれば済む話ではないのかね。
相手は9029号なんですよ。
君は今自分が置かれている立場を理解しているのか。君にはオブザーバーとしての意見は求めても、作戦に対する決定権は与えられてはいない。
では ご自身の責任で発令を。私はステイを進言したということをお忘れなく。
まあいいだろう。ファレル君、とりあえずは現状維持だ。
了解。
クローバー12 This is Queen Not contact
No contact.
Maintenance of the status quo Repeat Not contact Maintenance of the status quo
It's actually pretty good English.
私は中央発令所に入る。君も来るかね。
いえ、私が言っても場が乱れるだけでしょう。こちらで待機させていただきます。
場合によっては君の身柄も拘束されることになる。覚悟しておきたまえ。
はい。はあ、疲れた。
The English wasn't terrible, actually. Like, it was a lot better than most English you get in general.
お疲れ様です先輩。コーヒーいかがですか？
うん、お願い。
デカフェで？
うん、カフェインたっぷりでお願い。なんかもう飲まなきゃやってらんないって感じ。
本部長の嫌味節ねちっこいですからね。内閣府で石部副長官の腰銀軸をやってた頃からあんな性格だったって噂ですよ。
あまり言わないであげてよ。あれでも一応うちの立役者なんだから。
Like the backer, right?
あれ？
What?
どうしたの？
嘘、なんで？
報告しなさい。何があったの？
クローバー12シグナルロスト。
What?
一体何が？地下に降りたわけではなくて？違い
ます。場所は東口中央広場で。はっ！
今度は何？
造営に向かったトランプがハート9、スペード6、ダイヤエース、シグナルロスト。
What? Is Yuji baiting out these people and taking them out one by one?
どういうこと？
Wasn't Golden Mosaic episode 1 good? But it was pretty good? Okay.
そんなの私に聞かれても困りますよ。ただシグナルがロストしたということは発信機を破壊されたか殺された。
残りのトランプは？
Stealth kill?
ハートジャックのみですがまだ配属2ヶ月の新人です。
ハートということは女性工作員ね。若いの？
はい、まだ24歳ですね。
その子胸は大きい？
は？
バストは大きいかと聞いているのよ。どうなの？
Bust size is this important during the mission.
ちょっと待ってください。身長172センチでバストは88センチですね。それが何
？9029は巨乳に甘いのよ。いいわ。その子には即刻引き上げ命令を出しなさい。
でもそんな命令勝手に出したらまた本部長に。
このままでは全滅すると中央に伝えなさい。それと事後処理班を現場に急がせて。責任は私が取ります。急ぐ。
はい。
ユージ。
Somewhat impressed. What on earth are you thinking? right here, Makina.
もう心配するじゃんかさ。勝手にどっか行ったらダメなのよ。どこ行ってやがったのよさ。
Just cleaning up the neighborhood a little.
掃除?
Oh, cleaning. Noticed a few rats skulking around. One of them got away, but I took care of the rest. I don't have anything to worry about.
そっか。
Look, it's still 3:30 in the morning. You can sleep a little longer.
うん、わかった。
That's right, nothing to worry about. Just leave everything to me. Master Ninja? For the time being, I've chased off the suits. The next one they send will probably be Special Forcer or SAT. Guess, well, whatever, hardly matters. Whoever comes, I'll just take them out one by one. Ah, shit, my head's killing me. God damn it. Uh-oh.
もうどうしてこういうことになるのかね、ハルテラ君。
Probably because her instincts were right on the mark and she knew he was in Tokyo.
現状維持命令を解除するからですよ。相手は9029号だと言ったはずです。
ああ、君はいつもそうしてその番号を口にするが、所詮は2代目じゃないか。そこまで大騒ぎするようなことかね。
How many teams did you lose just now, Otsuka? Get off your fat ass and open your eyes, sir. You made a bad judgment call. Oh no, they're gonna abuse Yuji's weaknesses to titties.
その油断の結果はご自分で確認されたのではありませんか？襲撃された工作員に死人は出ましたか？
いや、重傷者は出たが、4人とも命に別状はない。
Oh man.
ということは、まだ封印は解けていないということですね。
Oh, the seal.
封印
？9029号風見雄二には日下部麻子だけが解くことのできた封印がかかっています。元来風見雄二という男は臆病で気が小さく、殺人を好むような人間ではありませんし、
Oh, analyzing his personality now.
幼少期の体験がもとで殺人に対する強い精神的外傷を持っていて、殺人という行為に自我を保てないほどの極度の恐怖感情を持っています。
それは資料で読ませてもらったが、殺人が好きな子供などそうはいまい。それで普通なのではないかね。
I think you're underestimating what that means.
資料はちゃんと目を通していただけたのですか？
効果表には目を通した。
そんな成績表だけで理解できるほど単純ではありません。
十分だよ。風見雄二は12歳の時、実の父親を殺している。それが原因でトラウマを抱えているという話だろう。
What?
本人がそう信じているだけで、実際に殺したわけではありません。
だが結果的には父親は死んでいる。同じことだ。
That's a very big distinction.
つまり何が言いたいのかね、君は。簡潔に説明してくれたまえよ。私も忙しい身でね。資料を読み込む時間もなければ、君の長話に付き合っている時間もないのだよ。
This guy who... Okay, so this guy who messed up, made this call, it was the incorrect call, almost got all of this team taken out. It's saying, I'm a busy man. Sir, you fucked up. And you didn't do your homework and read? And now you're thinking you're holier than thou? You should get lectured, son.
父親の殺害、そして母親の自殺。この2つの死を風見雄二は自分のせいだと信じています。そして幼かった彼はその呵責に耐えることができなかった。そしてその呵責を取り除くために日下部麻子は彼に暗示をかけたのです。弱い者を守るために戦ったのだから何も間違っていない。お前は正しいことをしたのだと。
その結果、風見雄二は殺人を事故で正当化できるようになったというわけか。
No, he had somebody who took the guilt away from you, though he felt anything.
いいえ、違います。彼は幼い頃に両親を殺害したのも、これまでの任務で暗殺してきたテロリストも、全部自分の右腕に取り付いた悪魔が勝手にやったことだと信じるようになったのです。
わからんな。なぜそんなことに。
子供ながらに最も安直な回答である俺のせいじゃないという答えに逃げ込んだ結果でしょう。
なるほど。そういうことなら理解できないでもないか。
Yeah, that's pretty simple too.
でしょうね。
何？どういう意味かね。
他意はありません。
つまりだ。自分のせいではない。全ては悪魔の仕業だと信じることで、風見雄二は暗殺任務に従事することができていた。そしてその暗示をかけることができたのが草壁麻子だったと。そういうことかね。
いえ、逆です。悪魔のせいにすることで片っ端から人を殺してしまう風見雄二を暗示で押さえつけていたのが草壁麻子です。
Oh, so Yuji, because of this escapist notion in his mind, made it so that he actually went from a cowardly boy to an ideal killer. Frighteningly so, and Asuko was the one that put the suggestion in to make sure that he didn't just kill just wanton like murder people all the time.
まったく複雑だな。つまり風見雄二に殺人許可を出していた草壁麻子はもういないのだから安全なのではないのかね。
I think the bigger problem is JB realizes that Yuji might be at the cusp of releasing his own seal to murder, and that'd be probably the biggest danger.
事実、未だ死人は出ていない。
そうではありません。違います。人を殺すなと暗示をかけ続けていた麻子はもういないのです。いつ暗示という封印が解けてしまうか予想がつきません。
その暗示というやつは簡単に解けてしまうようなものなのかね。
わかりません。ただ一つ言えることは、この暗示は麻子の言葉をキーワードとした風見雄二自身の自己暗示と思われます。もし風見雄二にとって草壁麻子と同等、もしくはそれを超える存在を意識したとき、同時に自己暗示も解けてしまう可能性が高いと思われます。
Basically, so long as he thinks that, I think so long as he thinks that the people pursuing them are just doing their jobs and they're ultimately the good guys, quote unquote, good guys. He won't kill them. But the moment they become so threatening that he goes, Makina needs to be protected at all costs, he will become a devil that kills everything. That stands in their way.
自己暗示が解けた場合、風見雄二はどうなる？
自分の守るべき対象にとって有害であると認識したものを片っ端から排除していくことでしょう。草壁麻子が健在であれば、そんな風見雄二も道具としてコントロールも可能でしたが、今となっては。
道具とはどういう意味かね。
極めて殺傷能力の高い国防装置という意味です。ですが今はそう、例えるなら手榴弾のようなものです。手榴弾には不用意な暴発を防ぐためにセーフティーピンが刺さっています。そのたった一本のチャチなピンがあるから腰にぶら下げて歩くことができるのです。そしてそのピンを引き抜き敵陣に投げ込むのが戦士。風見雄二のピンを抜けるのは戦士である草壁麻子だけだった。私たちは草壁麻子の道具である風見雄二をいじくり回しているうちにピンを抜いてしまいそうになっているのです。
Hey, you want to lose men? That's how you lose men.
目的もなくピンを抜かれた手榴弾は誰であろうと区別なくその場にいる人間を全て巻き込んでひき肉にします。草壁麻子がいない今、ピンが抜けてしまえばおそらく彼は暴走するでしょう。
And that'd be the end of like Everyone.
殺しの手札に迷いがなく、他者を殺害することに遠慮もなく、殺したことへの呵責もない。そうなってしまえば、もう誰にも止められません。
Sorry, you made a perfectly efficient killing machine. Oops.
なーに、殺せば止まるさ。どんな人間でもね。壊れた部品を使い捨てにするようで心苦しい限りだが、彼には殉職してもらおう。
She's probably like good
それ
fucking
で
luck,
構
right?
わないね。
お任せします。
まったく面倒な狂犬を逃がしてくれたもんだ。私は中央に戻るが、何か思い出したことがあればいつでも連絡してくれたまえ。
はい。参った。何かあるたびに私のところへ来るの勘弁してくれないかしら。
Whoops, we made a murder machine of a child that could probably wipe 1,000 before he gets caught. Sorry that we can't control him.
なんかえらいことになってきましたね。
That's about right, Kira.
あなた、仕事しているふりしながら盗み聞きしてたわね。
嫌だな、ちゃんと仕事してましたよ。先輩が提出した風見雄二の資料、だいたい読み終えました。何やら凄まじい過去と経歴ですね。
そう？うちではそれほど珍しくもないでしょうに。その手の不幸を背負った犬なんてうちにはゴロゴロいるわよ。
本部の方ではどうするつもりなんでしょうね。
さあ、でもまあ CSS や NSA の捜査員では限界があるでしょうし。
There's no Metal Gear here after all.
今頃本部長は本社のお偉いさんと特殊作戦部隊を何単位派遣してもらえるのか交渉してるんじゃないかしら。
Sounds like wasted effort.
本国の精鋭が出向してくるとなると、さすがの902も店じまいですかね。
そうね。生きて戻ってくる確率はほぼゼロでしょうね。けどあの子は草壁麻子が育てた犬よ。一度牙を向いた相手にはたとえ手足をもがれようとはって飛びつき、喉笛に食らいつけ、首を落とされても睨みつけて呪い殺せと訓練されてるわ。子犬の頃から年間6万ドルもの税金をかけて育てた犬よ。私たちは一番厄介な犬を敵に回しているという事実から目を背けてはいけないのよ。
Just usually clears people to death. You're like, oh, I'm dead.
でも
Even if you wipe out the enemies who come for you, they're never going to stop coming, Yuji. And that's the bigger problem. When I was a child, there were nights where my head ached so painfully I couldn't sleep. Don't know why. I think a doctor my mother took me to said something about stress being the cause. It began with something that felt like a slight fever. Soon my head would begin to throb painfully in time with the beating of my heart. I didn't think it was stress. I thought I was starving for something. For affection or love, something like that. Some frustrated longing was making its impossible demands on me. One evening, I suffered an unusually severe headache on my way home from school, crashed down the roadside in agony. I looked around the area, vision hazy and periodically obscured by pure white flashes of pain. Couldn't find anyone who seemed likely to help me. But that was only to be expected. It was natural. Always going to volunteer for the thankless hassle of looking after some sick kid they've never seen before. Thought as much myself, so I'm sure the people passing by felt the same. Dragging my heavy legs forward as if slogging through knee-deep mud, propping myself up against the wall, I crept my way home all by myself. I finally reached my house after what felt like hours of miserable effort. Big sister met me at the door. And since she saw my face, it felt like my sister spoke some concerned words. Apparently my ears weren't working properly. I couldn't understand what she was saying. When I thought about the painful, lonely struggle I had just endured, sympathy only grated on my nerves. I snarled bitterly that it was a little late for her to help now. Big sister's face crumpled miserably. I knew I'd done something wrong. Something worth apologizing for. I didn't have the composure to tell her I was sorry. Nor my sister as she tried to speak to me again, moved past her into our bedroom. Couldn't even muster the willpower to climb up to the top of the bunk where I slept. So I opened the closet, collapsed inside, then slid the door shut with the last of my strength. I like cramped places. I like dark places. I felt most of the ease holed up in places too small for others to enter. Felt like I was safe there. Like I was cocooned in the cockpit of a powerful robot. There was nothing to be afraid of in there. The pain so intense that I felt as though my skull was cracking apart began to ease little by little. I wanted to stay there. I wish I could curl up in that closet forever and never have to leave. Even knowing that was spoiled, pointless escapism, couldn't help but indulge in it. When night came, my sister woke me up. She asked me if I had calmed down, and I realized I had. I felt almost refreshed, in fact. At the same time, there was a tickle of awkward self-reproach. That's right, I need to apologize for snapping at her. Just as my thoughts reached that conclusion, I felt a sharp pain in my right hand. When I looked down, I noticed a wound on my right fist, deep enough with exposed bone. I don't remember injuring myself so badly. The puzzle over when it could have possibly happened. My sister spoke to me in a subdued murmur. Seems your homeroom teacher committed suicide. For a moment, I couldn't process the meaning of those words. Suicide? In other words, the man took his own life. Even as I wondered why, a smug sense of satisfaction welled up inside me. I hated that teacher with a passion. He never complimented me when I succeeded, sneering at the smallest sign of pride. He focused exclusively on my failures, belittling me as a defective human being. He hurt me every single day. The man seemed to have entered the teaching profession just so he could reenact the miseries of his own childhood on his pupils. I sadly urged him to die many times. Felt like what he deserved. Looked down at my right fist, covered in congealed blood. Did I kill him? While I was unconsciously with this headache, did my body crawl out of this closet all on its own? His hand killed my teacher. That anxiety stretched on and on indefinitely. My head began its brutal aching. Somebody would experience misfortune. The pattern repeated itself several times. My head hurts. Want something. Badly. But as always, I can't even tell what it is I'm longing for. That thirst for something never did go away. I want help. Anyone will do. If anyone would reach out a hand to me, I'd probably cling to them and cry like a child. At this rate, it feels like I'm going to go crazy. I want to be alone. I want a cramped place where I can take refuge. To curl up in a dark place and sink into death as if falling asleep. It was always my sister who opened the closet door and brought me out of my seclusion. There were times when I wished she wouldn't. I found her irritating. My sister died in a traffic accident. Didn't hate my sister or even dislike her. If anything, it'd be no exaggeration to say she was the reason I was able to keep on living. Even so, my sister died. Why did she die and leave me behind alone? The question did inspire some reproachful feelings. I still remember the look on her face that day when I answered her kindness with a snarl of irrational anger. At the end, I never did apologize. I could never manage to say the simple words, "I'm sorry for yelling at you." That always weighed on my mind. When I think of my sister, her troubled expression on that afternoon always flashes before my eyes. I can't stand it anymore. Wish everything would just come to an end. But maybe all of this was my fault. I gnawed on my repossessed right hand until it bled. And 1 year after that, just as I wished somewhere deep down inside, the devil in my right hand took everything from me. My father died, and my mother as well. I must have been the one who killed them. All of them. Slaughtered them all. I'm the lowest of the low. I was a vile monster in the body of a child. The person who took me in was an even more terrible creature. Taking the place of my father, who had died leaving only debts behind, that man brought me to his mansion to live like a dog. Every day was pain, nothing but pain. Bitter, excruciating pain, beyond my capacity to endure. To escape that suffering, I would have gladly committed suicide, but I couldn't die. Not when they punched me until the bones of my face shattered. Not when they kicked me until my organs seemed to burst. Not when they covered me in gasoline and set me on fire. I felt pain. I suffered. No matter what they did to me, I never managed to die. The devil in my right hand must have forbidden it. I forfeited the right to live as a human being. But maybe that wasn't all. Maybe I'd lost even the right to die. What was so valuable about my existence, preserved at the cost of so much blood and suffering? Why was the devil keeping me alive? I didn't know. Forget the meaning of life. Couldn't understand the reason I wasn't dead. I reached my limit. Thirst grew so agonizing I was beginning to wonder if it would ever stop swelling inside me. Since things had gone this far, I had no choice but to purge myself of the devil that was the source of my suffering and thirst. I began by smashing my right hand against the concrete wall of my basement room. The pain was so strong I couldn't help easing it off. I tried slicing it off with a knife instead, but whenever I tried to cut through the nerve, agony ran through my entire body, so it was difficult to keep pressing the blade down. All I managed was to cut myself deeply. The bones of my wrists were getting in my way, so I tried to scrape them down with a knife first. The thick blood that spouted out made the blade slip and slide around, so I couldn't grind away very well. Every time the blade did catch up in bone, the gray movement jarred my skull with sickening vibrations. In the end, simply fainted from the pain. The adults in the mansion tied me up with ropes to prevent me from mutilating myself any further. They whispered in my ear, the same words repeated many, many times. Nobody needs you. Nobody wants you. Even your family despised and resented you. No one in the world loves you. No one in the world is on your side. Everyone is your enemy. Hate. Hate them. Hate them all. Anyone your eyes can see is your enemy. They made you suffer. They disgraced your family. Trampled your friends underfoot. That is the nature of your enemy. Kill. Kill them. Kill them all. You have my permission. Slaughter them like cattle. Hate everything. Kill everything. That is your only road to salvation. And so I killed. All of them. Everyone. I might have killed my sister. Murdered my own parents. But even after all that killing, I still haven't been saved. Why not? Haven't I killed enough by now? Ah, that's right. I haven't killed myself yet. Not finished yet. Got to take my own life. But how? Can't just murder myself. I don't know how it's done. No one ever taught me. What do I need to do before I can die? I spent 2 weeks without eating any food. My arms grew thin as the branches of a dead tree. My front teeth fell out. My fingernails grew soft and began to warp away from the skin underneath. When I reached up and touched my head, hair came out in clumps, but there was no pain. It seemed that I was simply going to wither away to a mummy. I would sleep in my crypt, waiting for the day when someone would offer me blood. However many years it took, however many decades, however many centuries. Till someone who can save me appears. Till my sister comes to wake me up. Yuji. Yes, that was my name. My sister always called me that. Till my sister calls again, I can only wait. In a slumber so deep I'll forget even my own name. I wanted someone to pull me up out of this hell as quickly as possible. But I'd fallen into hell for a reason. I had done an evil thing. This was only natural. This was my punishment. When I came to, I was in an unfamiliar room. It wasn't my basement prison. There was a window. The pale bluish light of the moon flowed in. The air felt a little cold against my skin. On nights like this, where the moon hung fat and swollen in the sky, my sister used to moan in an awful tone of voice from the bunk bed below my own. It was always like that on the nights when the moon was full. Suffering, sadness, desperation. Her voice spoke in many different emotions too strong for words. It frightened me when my sister moaned. I would wrap myself up in my blanket on the upper bed, covering my ears tightly, still the voice seemed to pass through my skull and burrow directly into my brain. That overly bright moonlight flowing in from the outside window might well have driven me mad. I stood up from my bed, approached the window, and looked out. A single girl stood beneath a snowstorm of sakura petals dancing on the wind. Her back turned to me. What was she doing out there at this time of night? In the first place, who on earth was she? As those questions drove every other thought from my mind, the girl turned around and smiled brightly. Our eyes met. Overwhelmed by the uncomfortable feeling that had been peeping on her somehow, I willed myself to pull back and hide, but for some strange reason I couldn't move my body even an inch. Is this some kind of fucked up dream? This feels like a dramatic turn in tone. No, this is insight onto Yuji's childhood. Yuji, the Fruit of Grisaia talks about the 6 fruits that of Mihama Academy, and they represent the 6 main characters or students of it. And if anyone has the most tragic of past, it's Yuji himself, the main character. So this is kind of an insight into that. It was almost as though the force of her gaze had pinned my moonlight cast shadow to the ground. At least that's what I've been told. I actually don't know much more about. I'm learning much more about Yuji than I thought I would. They stood stock still by the window. The girl softly raised her right hand toward me and began to speak. My ears were ringing. The girl's voice couldn't reach me. When I concentrated on the girl's mouth as she repeated herself, I heard the softly spoken words from the movement of her lips. Over here, Yuji. She was calling for me, clearly and simply. When I focused on her with complete concentration, her voice itself became clear as a bell, sinking deeply into my mind.
こっちにおいで、Yuji.
It's Makina. The girl was definitely saying that. She offered me her outstretched hand. Tears began to roll down my face. Can I really take her hand? Is it really alright for the likes of me to take that hand? The instant our fingers intertwined, the devil in my right hand might kill the girl. My body began to tremble uncontrollably. I was afraid. This is a dream. I want to wake up right away. When I see dreams like these, my right hand always tries to kill someone. Can't take anymore. Don't want to lose anyone else. Snapped abruptly back to the waking world by a familiar voice against my earlobe, saw a girl crouched down at my side. That girl, her eyes full of concern, spoke to me.
Papa,
Hey Makina, I'm fine. It's nothing. Oh, no really, it's no big deal. Men just wake up crying sometimes. Sort of like a wet dream, you know? Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's right. It's got nothing to do with you, so you don't have to worry about it. Makina. What did Amane teach you? That's not what I wanted at this juncture in this story, Makina. Huh. Kind of pathetic. How true that is. God damn it! This game! Keep throwing Makina at you! No! Those words send a jolt of surprise through my body. I only just realized the voice of that girl in my dream. The voice that seemed to sink into the depths of my heart was Makina's. The girl who waited all that time, all those years, her hand patiently outstretched, offering to lead me out of hell. Never would have thought she turned out to be a stumpy little airhead like this. But here we are. I find myself wrapping my arms around Makina, clinging to her like a child. Well, this is definitely the bad touch. Do I have to like hide this? Like, should I put that up yet? I swear, if this screen, the moment it moves anywhere else, we're getting some. Look here, please. Anyway, sorry, Makina. Never thought I'd sink low enough to make you come for me. Pretty pathetic, aren't I? Bad touch, but. She did this herself. Censor. Okay, it went to her mouth. That's fine. I barely bring myself closer, feeling the quiet touch of her breath against my face. Feminine sigh. It's a warm, soft sensation, like a slow summer breeze, too gentle even to ruffle your hair. Give me back the ominous scenes. God damn it! Dawn has just begun to break outside. The morning light that flows softly into the room faintly illuminates her pink lips. Catching a breathless glimpse of her small tongue in between those slightly parted lips, push my mouth to hers as if reeled in by the jerk of a rope. You guys have to suffer with me, man, if you're here. Sorry. It's the smell of a woman. No, it's the smell of a little girl! It's your daughter! Don't do it! You're oddly okay with this? No! A surge of vague nostalgia runs through me. This fragrance is unlike that of any other woman. It makes me feel like my brain's been soaked in hot water, warmed down to its very core. It makes me feel like I'm safe. The burn in my face and Makina's almost alarmingly slender chest. The scent grows stronger and stronger. And in the next moment, she's wrapped her arms around my head in an affectionate embrace. This is where everyone dies and the FBI comes barging in and kicks my ass, and then my run is done. Nothing to worry about. What? Nothing to worry about. No, don't worry about what? Stop describing it. Yuji can't help himself. Why is it that being held by this tiny woman brings me such peace of mind? Still pressed to Makina's chest, I turn my eyes up to her face, smiling gently down at me, almost like a mother gazing at her infant child. Well, she is an older sister. I can't answer that sweet smile, but with a hint of awkward embarrassment, I'm filled with something like guilt. Like, guilt for sleeping with the little kid! What? When those innocent, caring eyes find mine, dark and ugly feelings swell up in response. Don't pity me. Don't take me for a fool. What's with that look? You don't look Don't think you really understand me, do you? Don't try to accept me. I don't have the first damn idea what I am. Usually it's your daughter. Yeah. Stuff happens. Words rush in my head like a deluge of black mud. Part of me suddenly wants to teach this girl a lesson, to make her break down and cry. It's no damn good at all. I'm always like this when I see the bad dreams. Work to the point that even kindness brings me pain. Suddenly miserable with self-pity and on the edge of tears, I hurriedly pull myself away from Makina. Sorry, Makina.
どうしたの？どうしてパパはいつもそうやって謝るの？私が悪いの？
No, she's older than that. She's 18 years old. I mean, of legal age wherever you are watching from. What? Oh, my voice going really weird for some reason. That's not true. That's not true at all.
私のこと嫌いになった。
Worst route. No, I love you, Makina, and that won't ever change. But because I love you, there are things I can't help worrying about. Can't explain it that well, but I'm not the sort of person who belongs to a normal school, to deserve a normal life. My hands are just too dirty. You have no idea what ugly things I've done. Can't even begin to understand. Can't just have happiness fall on my lap. I don't deserve it. What?
だから許す。私が全部許す。気にすんな。
Pretty simple, actually. What the hell are you saying, kid?
パパの過去に何があったのかは知らないのよ。でもきっとそれは誰も許してくれないほどの罪なのよね。
Personality is a big thing. I mean, I agree with that. That's why I like to meet you up better.
だったら私が許す。たとえ他の誰もが許さなくても私が許す。
Not making the slightest bit of sense, you know.
誰も許せない罪で悩んでる方がむちゃくちゃだよ。目の前でまた開いてる女が許すっつってんだから許されときゃいいのよさ。
Can we not talk about that, Makina? You really are talking complete nonsense. Ha ha.
むちゃくちゃ大いに結構正論が正しかった例などないのよさ。パパはもう私のパパなんだから死ぬために生きるなんて私が許さないのよ。
Damn, she actually still thought it was that. Firmly resettling my head against her breast, Makina gently strokes my hair. Honestly, this girl really throws me off my
お
game.
願いだからしっかり生きてね。大丈夫。私がずっとそばにいるからね。
Thank you, Makina. No longer even capable of bluffing, pretending that I am the one protecting Makina. All I can do now is cling to a younger girl like a child hoping for his mother's forgiveness. Can't even keep myself from breaking down into tears. As I listen to the steady sound of Makina's heartbeat, I can feel the lingering pain in my head quickly receding. Some part of me believed I was cursed. If I talked to anyone, they'd be dragged down into hell with me. Now it feels like that heavy spell's been broken. All because of the small words coming from the small mouth of this small woman. Grateful to her from the very bottom of my heart. And I'm grateful that the scene blacked out. What? Just as the sparrows begin to chirp outside, the rusty old air conditioner in our window seems to remember its purpose, shaking the curtains as it belches to life. The bright, clear morning sun slips through the gap and streams into our room. My head doesn't hurt anymore. And you know what? No. Okay, you're just kidding? Alright. I'm just gonna leave it at that then. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I think there were lines crossed. And we started with those lines and we ended with those lines. And we never speak of this again. That's a good point. You know, it's really funny. We will speak of this again because I think this is a good place to call it now. And the Makina route will continue. Makina usually on the run. Speaks of it again. Oh my goodness. What? Someone came to watch? You just missed it. Just missed it. Person who just came in. But anyway, this anime fan RK2K, thank you very much for showing up for tonight's Monday night live stream. That was awkward. That was weird. We started it, ended the same way. Lollies. So I think 2 more games of this. Oh my god, no. We'll finish it next week, even if you have to. Okay. God damn it. God damn. Anyway, it's anime fan RK2K. See you guys. Peace. And yeah, see you guys in whatever else, you know. And we'll leave it off for here for now. See ya. Good night. Please don't drink too heavily. Don't kill yourselves. And remember, if no one else forgives you, Makina will. Remember that. What? Ah! 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 Night, guys. See ya.